Solo.
Hello, welcome to Solo Playthroughs. I am here with Warlord Drake. I'm gonna turn his audio on if I can figure out the. Here it is. All right, I think you're on. Dursu, if you want to say hello.
Hello, everybody.
All right,
This is Drake.
sounds good. All right, as everyone can someone in the chat confirm that audio is coming through loud and clear, and we are good to go. That'd be amazing. We got a couple of things going on in the chat already. ID Jester says hello, everyone. Hope you're doing well. Me here, I have the flu, but good enough to watch some of this. Warlord Drake says, welcome to the show, you crazy, wacky guys. It's Jester. You got me to get out and play Nemo's War and Star Trek Frontiers. I really like them both, and now I might even get out and play some Mage Knight, so watching this closely. Hi, Warlord Drake. How's it going? Cool. I hope you feel better. Jester, that sucks. I my computer's doing the same crap again, or OBS is doing it, and I'm using my computer camera instead of the good camera. So if I look over there and I'm trying to talk to you here in the chat, just know that I'm having some tech issues again. But that's my own fault for doing a OBS update. I knew I should not have done that. Jester says I can hear you both just fine. Thank you for confirming that. So here we are. We have the return of Apocalypse. Dursu is on the stream because he is the designer of this scenario. We also did a cooperative version of the scenario a couple of weeks ago. He's still working on editing that. He had some tech issues on his end, but hopefully that will be on his channel pretty soon. And when it is, I will announce that so people can go check that out. The scenario basically combines a lot of ideas in life and death, and you're using the Tesla enemies and Tesla Draconum. You're going up against a 5-headed dragon. There's a pretty cool backstory. I talked about it a lot in the first 2 playthroughs of this on the channel, so you can go back and check that if you want to know more about the backstory. And then it also combines a lot of ideas of, again, I said life and death, but also of Volcara's Volcara's quest, where you actually have a ready-made map, but instead of Volcara questing to you, you have to get your butt up to Volcare, where Volcara's camp would be. But again, you're not going against Volcara's camp, you're going up against a 5-headed dragon. So let me go ahead and try to get this thing set up quickly. Any questions to the designer? Now's your time to ask them up. So I obviously have a bit of a mess in front of me, so
Hello. Hello, everybody. This is Drake, and tonight or this afternoon, depending on your time zone, I'm joining again Greg via Discord to be witness with you for his success and misadventures on the return of Apocalypse.
Yes.
we will be laughing, enjoying, and crying.
Success and misadventures for sure. Like, I won the first time, but I was definitely nerfing the dragon. I wasn't doing everything right, so I was making it a lot easier on myself. And the next time I played with Tovak, and that started terribly. Almost pulled it out in the end, but that was a really awful start. Almost pulled it off, but unfortunately was not able to get there. Again, I'm trying to get the terrain set up, so we have. The portal tile is going to be on side 2. We're going to have 8 countryside tiles, so I will go ahead and get those out. Those are all the core tiles. And we will put... Oh, I also need the white city tiles. So let me get that out before I forget.
Okay, ID Jester says, how long does it take to test and create a scenario? Okay, I think that is a question for me.
Oh, so, yeah, not me.
Okay, originally I took like 3 months to take all the ideas in paper, but the testing time has not finished yet. I mean, most of all the world thing is already there. Okay, I'm not changing any most of what is inside the scenario, but it's still under testing because I'm always trying to improve it time after time, and maybe someday it will play it also for cooperative mode. Cooperative mode, and like I said, the testing hasn't finished yet, and little by little, I'm going ahead with this scenario because I have received very good feedback about it, and I'm very happy about that. I hope that I hope those things answer your questions, man.
Yeah, this originally came on my radar. Like, I'm not much of a fan-made scenario guy, and it was a patron challenge from Brian a while back, and I was really excited to check it out. Sounded cool. Who doesn't love a dragon with 5 heads? And I was happy to get that featured. And I think Dersu, that's when you saw that and ended up reaching out to me, and we connected after that. So. I will say a word in the co-op mode. Yeah, so the original, what you can print off right now on BGG, just go to the files section. If you just type in Return to Apocalypse fan-made scenario, it should get you right to the link, and you can print off like a really, thorough rule set that Dursu put up there, which is really nice. So if you want to go check that out. But yeah, the co-op mode, and if you watch the playthrough with Dursu and I, it's hard to scale this scenario. It's excellent for solo, so hopefully, Dursu can figure out the tweaks that are necessary to make this equally playable with multiple players for sure. We had a pretty easy time of it, sir.
Yeah, even with seven heads from the Apocalypse Dragon, even with that.
Yeah, we count Braevalar's deck: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
Just
11,
in
12.
case, this scenario was made 2 years ago, and it's
Nice.
gonna be the third year for this scenario to
That's great.
be in the internet.
Jester says, "Oh, okay. Thanks for the info. Sounds great, and excited to see it in action. Always good to see some fan-made stuff for board games because it adds an amount of content for your game." Yeah, one of the things I really, one of the things I do is throw my units all over the place because I have trouble shuffling. Apparently, one of the things I like about Mage Knight, and like fan-made scenarios are great, and I think you get that little additional stuff. But one of the things I really like about Mage Knight is that the game's done for all intents and purposes. Like, this is the game, and it's fantastic the way it is. WizKids isn't trying to make more money off it. They're not trying to produce more content, and it is one of my concerns with some of my other favorite games, like especially Spirit Island now, because Spirit Island keeps, it's pumping on a new expansion now. Well, really 2 in the last 6 months. It's got another one planned for next year, and I'm like, at some point, like, bloating your game is a concern that I have. And with Mage Knight, there's a fan-made stuff that you can choose to add, but the official stuff, like, this is the game. This is what you got. And there's so much depth in what you already have that I just really love, that finality, from an official content standpoint. One thing I wouldn't mind, though, if WizKids actually came out with a really nice, like, deluxe edition as opposed to the crap they did in the UE. Yeah, that wasn't much of an Ultimate Edition. That's my personal opinion, but I was not impressed with the production quality of the Ultimate Edition by any sense of the imagination.
Yeah, they just put all the stuff together, and that's all.
Yeah, it was
And
kind of garbage.
just in case, I remember one comment from Phil Pettifer in the Mage Knight group
Yeah,
that he was hypothetically saying that if somehow an expansion from Mage Knight will come up, it definitely will be talking about the Apocalypse Dragon, and that was
yeah.
exciting
Oh,
to
that's
read.
awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, Phil, I've interacted with a little bit. I'd love to like sit down with one of those guys and like just absolutely pick their brain because I definitely have a growing list of rules questions that have never been satisfactorily answered. Um, Dursu, there's 4 units in the offer, right?
Yeah. Yes.
And
Excuse
it's
me. Excuse me. It's four. Yeah. Excuse me. Yes, four units in
Yeah,
the offer.
yeah, and just for people that I'm playing on the rampaging setting, which is the hardest setting in the game. So if you're playing on other settings, if you're playing on an angry setting, you could get an elite right off the bat in round 1. Cool. I do need a standard. Is there? There's not a standard dummy player. It's the number of wounds in the dragon's deck. So I need to get another set of 16 cards. It doesn't matter who. I have the 4 cooperative skills. Excellent. And I'm going to need to add 16 wounds to the dragon's deck. So we have this 16 wounds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Still got it. So we got a total of 36 cards in the dragon's deck. So again, you should be taking about 6 turns around on average. Otherwise, you're in trouble. I'm assuming you have to play this scenario. You need the deluxe edition with all the expansions, which I do have. You need the ultimate edition, or you need the base game plus the at minimum the Tesla expansion. But if you're the Tesla expansion, you're probably going to have the Lost Legion scenario expansion as well. So yeah, this does use the shades of Tesla uh, uh, enemies. Hey, Greg, says Eric R. Have you done any top 5 or top 10 artifact spells or top interactions you like? Love the content. Thank you, sir, for the comment. No, I did a top 10 mage, and like I threw some units in there as well. I haven't, and I did a top 10 scenarios. I am intrigued by the idea of doing more top 10 specific stuff for Mage Knight, especially as I'm kind of looking for ideas for my top 10 in January and beyond. Like my top 10 in April is always my top 10 games list, or top 24 games list, whatever it was last year. So we'll see. I mean, if I keep linking my top games list to the number of spirits in Spirit Island, I think we're going to be up to like 37 by next April, so I might not want to do that. White Donkey, hello, Mr. Playthroughs. If this is too off topic, just disregard. Do you have any quick thoughts on Burn Cycle Solo? I don't have a lot on Burn Cycle Solo. I did play it twice. My friend Brian got the full Kickstarter. I didn't back it. Look, I didn't back it, and I didn't regret it after playing it twice. So I think that's a little bit telling. Look, stealth's very hard to capture in a game. I think Burn Cycle does a lot of things well. It does some things that don't really resonate with me at all from a gameplay experience. I think it's a little bit too long for what it is. I don't think the decision space is all that interesting. I think the depth of that game probably shows after a lot more playtime of it than I would really want to invest in it. And I think one of the things I always have to keep in mind as a channel is like I feature a lot of games from a lot of companies. I don't really want to become like a Chip Theory Games fanboy account, especially if they're not really sending me review copies of stuff. So just being honest, like this stuff's expensive. So, and I already heavily feature Too Many Bones, Cloud Spire. I'm going to have Hopplemakis. Um, I just didn't find it that great of a gaming experience. And I think it was fine. It was interesting. And then it was like, all right, next. I'm kind of ready to move on. I would very much recommend Liz Davidson's, and she does get a lot of review copy stuff from Chip Theory. I would recommend always watching her stuff, and in general, Beyond Solitaire is great. She had some takes on Burn Cycle that I thought were really on point, where she was like, look, it's good. Is it going to be the level of great of like Too Many Bones or Cloudspire? Yeah, she was even kind of iffy on that. So like, I would definitely recommend seeing her take on it, because it probably was the one I saw that resonated with me the most. White Donkey, thank you very much. No, thank you, man. I appreciate the question. Always happy to give my my thoughts for what they're worth, which really probably shouldn't be that much in the grand scheme of things. So I am shuffling up the basic action deck. We're going to get 3 basic actions on the board. And we are slowly getting our way towards setup. Again, when you're doing the Tesla stuff, it does take a bit more time. So we have Shield Bash, which is terrible. Oh, that's underneath my ugly mug, so let me move this stuff up. So Shield Bash, Peaceful Moment, and Ritual Attack. Shuffle up the spell offer. So I'm going to try to not toggle back and forth between 2 views anymore. People were upset they weren't seeing the Fame and Reputation track. I get the the things that like people that bother people, like I always find fascinating. I'm always glad when I get the feedback. But yeah, it was in Spirit Island. People didn't like that I covered up the invader board, and that ever since I got the 3rd camera, and in Mage Knight, people were really not happy that I was covering up the reputation tracks. So live and learn. It is what it is. I will
Oh,
stop.
I see.
I will stop doing that. So, spell Snowstorm. Hello, I love you. Flame Wall is also excellent, and Charm. All right, there we go. That's what we got. So I'm gonna move these kind of over, make sure we're getting maximum room on the table. And that will work. Gonna shuffle up the artifact deck. So many decks to shuffle.
Nova Storm gonna be lovely.
Yeah, if I can snag it. Of course, I'll get
Yeah.
up against an ice dragon, and that'll be my luck. But that
Yeah,
will do.
like in my 3 last sessions, I was always picking a ritual attack, and
Yeah.
it's has been amazing taking that card. Even if I am against a bit against those cards that allows you to throw away any card at least.
Yeah, it's hard to do a deck thinning strategy in Mage Knight, and because like you just don't always have the right card in your hand. You're like you're ready to throw away. Like the deck is so finely balanced. I find like deck thinning in like dungeon lords to be awesome because your deck's getting so
I
big.
see. Yeah.
But in other games, yeah, it's I've definitely seen ritual attack be very very effective. It's not a card I'm inclined to take. I really do like peaceful moment more and more the more I play. This will be the dragon on the white city. It is a high dragon.
No,
The
that should be the first 5 tokens you need to pull up are the 5 heads of the Apocalypse Dragon.
but that's supposed to be unrevealed, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's all random, dude.
But
Come
yeah,
on.
no, yeah. That's
It's all
so.
random. It is what it is.
Leave it as it
Oh, but
as a specter, as a
is that
specter.
is that supposed to be
Yeah,
it's supposed to
faction,
be
faction.
faction. Got it. Spectre Dragon.
Yeah,
Excellent.
a specter.
So
Nice.
Spectre Dragon. We're gonna get 3 heads. I'm gonna put them face down. These are the Apocalypse Dragon. So there's gonna be 3 regular dragons. 2 and 3. These will go here.
And one elementalist, one dark crusader,
Yeah.
and we are done.
I'm going to shuffle up the faction specific tokens. Remember, these tokens can be turned in during interaction for a +3 for reputation, or +3 for influence during an interaction. They can also be turned in during interaction for +1 fame. The idea is you're giving something valuable in exchange for either influence or fame. So there's a lot of flexibility there. Of course, the dragon is going to make you discard them a few times. So holding on to them isn't necessarily always the best idea. We have the 4 Dark Crusader faction Dracona. We have our 4 Dark Crusader faction monsters, and then our 8 Dark Crusader faction orcs. I do think one of the big misses with Tesla for me is that there are not more enemies, and I don't think they need a lot more, but it is very hard to play a Tesla scenario on the higher levels without going through all
Yeah.
of their faction enemy tokens, and I think that's just a little bit of a miss for me. Little gripes I have about Tesla, and I have several. So,
Yeah, I've read that in some scenarios, the scenario tells you that when you run out of faction enemies, you may add some standard ones.
yeah, I hear that. I see that. All right, let me get the top one of this. So I added the dragon from the Dark Crusader faction. We have the 8 orcs, they're not even orcs anymore, the faction. So we have the 8 green enemies from the Elementalist faction. Hello, defend powers. We'll put this over here. We have the 4 monster enemies. And we'll put that there. Again, these are just the leader tokens. We're not going to be facing either leader for either faction, so that's fine. And then we'll put the last dragon head in space. I will put the Necropolis. Where's the Necropolis token? Where did I put it? Here it is. I'll put the Necropolis token over here to indicate it's not the Red City, and the dragon lives there. And we have our graveyards. So if we reveal a magical glade in any of the north tiles, it will become a graveyard. Any of the south tiles, it will stay a magical glade, but it's going to be defended by elementalist enemies, where the graveyards are defended by Dark Crusader faction enemies. And in the center, we have to roll a die. So I'm going to roll the die to determine what kind of dragon this is going to be. It's white, which is elementalist. So we'll put an elementalist dragon here, face down, face up because it's rampaging. It is a God. I forget what he is. Who are you?
Savage Dragon. Savage Dragon.
Savage. Yeah, that jerk. And then we're gonna have in the keeps. We will have.
And we got our Manticore Master, Sajats, and from the chat. Hello, Sajats.
Manticore Master. Nice. You're more famous than me, Sajid. I don't know, dude. I'm rolling these four mana dice. I rolled a black, a gold, a white, and a blue. That is 50% basic, so that is good. I need to roll for a dummy player, so I get some dummy player skills here. So to my left, I have Arethia, Wolfhawk, Krang, Tovak, Norwas, and Goldix. I rolled a 1, so we're going to get Arethia skills. Again, I still have the old version of the game because Ultimate Edition, frankly, isn't good enough for me to justify paying for it. So in my mind, but I'm going to take out the actual cooperative skill because it is discolored, and then I'm going to proxy the competitive skill, and if I pull the competitive skill, I will switch them out in the middle of the game. So we have our 10 skills for Arethia. This goes in the skill offer. Do you add one after every level up or only after the odd level ups?
After 2 level ups.
So every other level up. Got it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's one of the questions I have with Lost Legion, because I feel like Lost Legion is still unclear whether you're supposed to do it after every level or after every other level. But that's just me. So we're gonna reveal the first 3 tiles in play.
Yeah.
We have a
Wow,
good tile here. So
Very
we have
nice, yeah.
a keep, a dungeon. That dungeon, unfortunately, is going to be pretty much out of play. There's no way I'm getting over there. It's going to be too many actions to justify that endeavor. But yeah, we have a keep, we have the mage tower, and we have the dungeon, which I am not going to. We're going to flip over this tile. Another mage tower. It's a little hard to get to with those lakes, but I don't mind that. We're going to have a ruin token on there. It's going to be face up because we're in the day. Defeat a green enemy and a monster. Now, this is an adventure site. They will be regular enemies. They will not be faction enemies, even though it's in the center. And we'll pull a mage tower. Since we're in the center, I do need to roll a die. It's gold, so we get another elementalist enemy. It's going to go there. It is a Sprit. So she has 2 attacks of a 2 ice attacks of a 1. Additionally, has a defend power and its has ice resistance. So basically, 3 ranged attack will kill it. It's just a lot of information to take in at once. And then we have this down here: another keep, a monster den, and another ruins. Keep.
In other words, an annoying fairy.
Yeah, super annoying unless you get your little swiftness and a white mana around. This thing over here is a keep enemy, a city garrison enemy, and and you get an artifact and a spell. So lots of ruins to start the game. Just a reminder. So as we go through the dummy player's deck, certain things are going to happen. The dragon is out to show his anger. He is woken up and he wants us dead. And Braevalar is like, I'm a weeny mini, but I'm going to go try to kill you. So when we pull a white card, I'll start with, I'll go in order. So when we pull a red card, all interaction costs are increased by 1. So if there's a red card on top of the dummy player's deck, that's going to count. We will also... if there is a red die in the source, we'll re-roll that. If we roll a red again, then interaction costs are increased by 1. It's just red, right?
Right.
Obtained color, yeah. The basic effect of the blue card, exploration costs are increased by 1. If there's a blue die there, you roll it. If it's blue again, increase by 1. The green cards, you have to discard any of the relics. The relics are, again, the faction tokens that you get for defeating a faction enemy. If you have the enhance effect, put an artifact from your hand back on top of your D deck if you have any. The white card, add a wound to your hand, roll the die. If it's white again, you add another wound to your hand. And then you have the Death and Beast Mother. If you obtain a black mana die,
If you reroll a black
That's
mana or a gold
yeah,
mana,
yeah,
you get those effects.
and that's when you right. So if I pull a red card, say I pull a white card, I add one to my hand. I re-roll a white die, and if I roll black, then
Yeah.
I right, got it. And so if I roll, so if I when I have to roll a die from the source, if I roll a matching die, if I roll black, I have to ready a unit that I control the lowest level becomes spent until the end of the next turn, and then if I roll a gold, I have to alternate adding either green or a brown enemy to the Dragon Apocalypse, starting with green. So the Dragon Apocalypse can get stronger and stronger and stronger.
Babies.
Meanwhile, if ever you pull a wound, remember there are 16 wounds in the deck. The Spectre Dragon is a special dragon that the Apocalypse Dragon has raised from the dead. The Spectre Dragon will move one toward us. It is just hunting us. In a co-op game, it will hunt a certain hero. Obviously, in a solo game, it only has one hero to go after. When it hunts us, we will have it will be a rampaging dragon for all purposes. Other than that, if it doesn't, so if we go to attack it or we try to move around it, we will trigger combat with it. And if we defeat the Spectre Dragon every time, we will get an artifact or a spell and a relic. So you get an artifact or a spell, and you always get a relic as well, a relic of your choice too. So that can actually be really helpful if you kill the Spectre Dragon 2 or 3 times, and you get some artifacts that way. The White City special, if you're in the White City, you have +1 armor, so you can give yourself +1 armor value in combat, which can help take less wounds. Obviously, we have a rampaging Draconum right there. When we're in the White City, we basically have all the benefits of all the cities. So we can spend influence to get spells. We can spend influence to get artifacts. There is no garrison there. So is it considered a friendly city, Dursu?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so it starts with one of our shields. So if we're adjacent to it, we get +1 to our card draw already. So there's a lot of cool little benefits there that we'll talk about when the time comes. So we have Sajid, sup guys and gals, missing this live stream due to travels, but I will catch the VOD later. Thank you for stopping in, sir. Good luck to the dragon. I need not to drag, but I do a lot to promote the Manticore cause. Also, I see some scouts for hire, of course. Mike James, hi Greg, get him. Hello, sir. Thanks for stopping by. And then Paul S, just here to wish you better luck than you had with Nemo the other night. Yelp. That was a really rough playthrough of Nemo. Thanks, Paul. I appreciate it. I played a lot more Nemo. That stayed on my table for a couple of days, and I simultaneously liked that game a lot more, and still driven crazy by certain design choices in it. So it's a funny game for me, man. But I am very much growing to like it more and more the more I play it. I mean, it's a cool game, a lot to offer. It will still never be Zed's. It will never be as good to me as Zed's is. But Zed's is my third favorite game of all time. So it's a pretty tall order. So I think we're good to go. We're gonna go ahead and pick our tactic. We pick first, right? Dragon pick second.
You first take your first 5 cards.
Oh yeah. I understand that, but then how do
Yeah.
you the tactics?
Yeah, both are removed. Both
Both
are removed from the game. Yeah,
both are removed. Okay, cool. That's
Yeah.
what I was calling. That's what I was calling in favors to ask. All right, so we get Threaten. That's not the greatest card. We get Tranquility. We get Rage. We get Mana Draw. And we get One with the Land. Okay. I definitely need more movement. I've more and more I have been taking planning in my first turn, but I think I'm leaning toward Great Start and seeing if I can't take down this Mage Tower on my very first turn. Right now, I just have a move 2, so I need a lot more move. I have a Rage, so that's gives me attack 4. If I take a wound or 2, we have Tranquility, so that's fine. The ability to use 2 dice could be helpful as well, especially since I have access to a gold. The real question is, can I get the move 6 to get in there? If I am in the Mage Tower, then I can recruit the Scouts because, as I always say, they're my favorite unit. That's a joke. More for Sagitt than anybody else. I hate the scouts. I think they're awful. But you know, in a pinch, I might take them and then just, you know, get rid of them really quick because they could give me move 2, get over to the keep. You know, so if I can go bam, bam, even consider that ruin. So that might be a little bit of a tall order. Yeah, I think guaranteeing myself Snowstorm makes a lot of sense, and I think it's even stronger than Flame Wall, Flame Wave, considering we're going up against a 5-headed dragon here. So I've talked myself into a great start because I just want to try to get a lot more done on my first turn. I'm going to roll a die for Apocalypse. He rolls a 5. Already took it from you, sucker. He rolls a 6. Excellent. So right moment comes out of the game. I'm going to grab 2 more cards. I got Concentration. That's a great card, although I do not have access to a green. And we have Swiftness. I might power Mana Draw with a white and get myself 2 greens. I think that's the best way to go. So, I am first. That can come out. Let me check the chat. I have my Patreon challenge about this scenario, some extra attention. Good luck. Thank you, Brian. Warlord Drake, I owe you a lot. Thanks. Brian says, no problem. The Recurrent Apocalypse has reached 1.1 thousand downloads. Thanks to you guys. Michael Lucer says, no love for scouts. Yelp. And Brian says, that's awesome in response to Mr. Drake over here. Look, I am going to play Mana Draw. I'm going to power with a white from the source, and I'm going to turn the black into a green. When I do that, I get 2 green mana. I'm going to power 1 with the land. Again, you have to power. I can't move, see what's in the Mage Tower, and then decide if I want to power it. I have to do it all at once. So I want to get the move 4, and I'm going to move 2 there. Since I have established myself in that position, I will reveal the Fire Mages. That's fine. So I have 2 more movement from 1 with the land. Again, that is one of Braevalar's special cards. I'm going to use Swiftness for move 2 more. That's move 6. I'm going to enter the Mage Tower. I'm going to give myself my shields up here before I forget. I lose 1 reputation for sieging a fortified site. I am definitely not blocking this sucker. He comes in with 6 points of damage, so I'm going to take 3 wounds. 1, 2, and 3. And now I need 5 attack. I wish I did this a little differently, but because if I had known what they were fire mages, I could have used the basic effect of mana drop, and then I would have had a gold. Nah, probably still one of them worked out. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to, because I would like the green for tranquility and a red with rage and threaten would have been perfect, but we'll just do it this way. So I'm going to play concentration. I'm going to pay rage. I get the stronger effect of rage plus 2, so I have 6 attack in the melee phase. That is enough to kill the fire mages. So fire mages are out. That's 5 points of fame. I'm going to clean up my play area. We don't re-roll the green. Stronger effect of mana draw. I re-roll the white. It becomes a black. These all go into my discard. I make an earthquake in the middle of Atlantis. Get back there. And
Great move.
yeah, earthquakes are always strong. Highly recommend. And I, with the green and the white, the gold there, I'm going to keep tranquility. So I'm not really going to draw anything, but it will allow me to heal 2 right away, which is important. And then what I'm going to do is get
Your spell.
my reward. So I'm going to take Snowstorm, and then I'm going to take my level up. So let me get the first 2 things there. So we have the Beguile. Once a turn, influence 3, influence 2 when in a fortified site, or influence 4 when in a magical glade. I don't hate that at all. The other one could also be useful. Feral Allies. Exploring costs 1 move less. Once a turn, attack 1 or reduce one enemy attacked by 1. I think I take Beguile. It's not amazing, but it could definitely come in handy. I mean, especially with I can potentially recruit the amazing scouts, and then if I kill a unit there, maybe get another unit this turn. All right, Beguile it is. Beguile for the win. At some point, I'm gonna have to dismantle part of this map, so I'll figure it out then. So this goes away. I'm gonna put one of Arethia's skills in the skill altar. It is a polarization, so you can use basically opposite colors of mana as each other once a turn. So red can become a blue or vice versa, gold can become a black or vice versa, or a white can become a green or vice versa. Additionally, I'm going to take one advanced action. I mean, I hate shield bash so much, but it has its utility for sure. The math of shield bash gets really dumb. I do like peaceful moment, but since I got beguile, peaceful moment loses a little bit of its utility. And since I'm going to be going up against a lot of dragons, counting twice against swiftness could come in handy. I will have a very unusual game. I'm taking beguile and shield bash. What has happened to me? These go down, and we're going to crystal mastery. So
Like
that,
King says, everybody's changing.
dude, yeah, it's a weird. Who says that? What'd you say?
King. King.
Oh, yeah, dude, yeah,
King.
it's. I mean, I don't know about changing or just kind of. I don't know. I'm taking what the game's giving me. I think maybe,
That's okay.
or I'm making terrible decisions. But let's go to the dragon's first turn. So we flip over a card. It is a wound. Nothing happens other than the spectre is like hunting some druid. So spectre moves one space closer. Now it's going to be Braevalar's turn. Obviously, I have a ton of wounds in my hand, so not much I can do. But I'm going to spend tranquility. I'm going to heal 2. Those wounds go back. And now I'm going to use Beguile. I'm in a fortified site, so I only get +2. And I'm going to use Threaten. And that's going to give me Influence 4, so I can become the proud owner of some amazing scouts. That's what I'm talking about. Amazing. I got the scouts, Beguile, and what's that garbage card I just took? Shield Bash. Yeah, dude. This is a weird freaking day. So that is a blue. And we will put these into my discard pile. I'm drawing at my hand limit, which is 5. I still have the 1 wound in my hand. So we have Shield Bash, Act Excited. We have Snowstorm. That's a good one. We have the Promise, and we have Druidic Paths. Druidic Paths is Braevalar's other special card. It is move 2. The move cost of 1 space is reduced by 1 this turn to a minimum of 1. Or move 4. The move cost of 1 type of terrain is reduced by 1 this turn to a minimum of 2. We have Apocalypse's second turn. It is a blue card. So a blue card, let me get my handy chart out. Blue card means that exploration costs are increased by 1. For the rest of this turn. There is a blue die in the source, so I have to re-roll one of them. It becomes a white, no effect. Now, if it was a black, a gold, or a blue, it would have had an effect, but I rolled a white, so we're good to go there. My turn. I need some mana. 2, 5, 2. Yeah, that wound is going to cramp my style a little bit. Wish there was like a magical glade around that I could do some healing. Could move here, reveal both of those. Keep strategy might make a little bit of sense. Exploration cost is +1, so I have to remember that. Yeah, I'm wondering, and with Snowstorm, taking out 2 enemies there is not the most bananas idea I've ever had, but I do like getting to that keep so I can recruit either the swordsman, the shock troops, or the Utham guardsmen, because all 3 are excellent units. So, funny that the move cost of 1 space reduced by 1. I'm going to take a sip and think about this. All right, we have how many days, nights for the scenario? 3 days, 3 nights. Michael Newsom says, what's the win condition? I like the shield card. Warlord Drake take the Apocalypse Dragon, which consists of 2 to 5 Draconum within the time limit. The dragon stays on the side of the map. Michael Newsom says only 5. Yeah, it depends on your combos, man. I mean, you think about Draconum and the number of crazy things that you could do. If you get a Draconum Summoner and an Ice Dragon and whatever, like, dragons, I think, by far, in general are going to be a lot harder than your average like city garrison, right? So I think plus you can start adding like brown enemies and green enemies as the game goes, depending on certain die rolls. So definitely not the the easiest task by any means, but I'm kind of like stuck with not the greatest of choices. I mean, I could just waste druidic paths just to get the move 2, and then I'm gonna need then I'm gonna be stuck needing move 4 to get in there. I have the scouts though, so that's fine. I'm just gonna, or I could just rest, which is probably smarter. Yeah, I'm just gonna rest. Let me get this wound out of my hand before it totally cramps my style. So I'm gonna discard promise. I'm gonna discard this wound. Those go in my discard pile, and I'm grabbing crystallize, not the most amazing card, and march. Awesome. Dragon's third turn, so it has a wound. Spectre Dragon moves 1 space closer to me. Just like that. My turn. I am going to Snowstorm's gonna need a blue. I can get in there. Maybe get more attacks. All right, let me see. So I'm going to spend March for move 2. That gets me there. That's going to let me take a look at this. That's a beautiful thing. Great. So I have the golems. Golems have only an attack of a 2. They have 5 armor, but they have physical resistance. But someone has 5 ice attack in their back pocket. So I need 4 more points of movement to get in there. I'm going to use the scouts for move 2, druidic paths for move 2. So technically it's only 3 more points of movement to get in there, but that's fine. We go in there. We're going to lose 1 reputation for sieging a fortified site. I will use shield bash. We're block 3, and then I'm going to use snowstorm, power it with the blue for ice attack 5 in the melee phase. So we've killed that dude. That gets me 4 fame. That gets me 5 to 9. I put a shield on there. My hand limit's increased by 1 next turn. And then I re-roll the blue, it becomes a white. These go away. I still have crystallize, which hopefully I can use to get a crystal by the end of the round. I'm drawing to my hand limit, which is 5 plus 1 because of the keep, so it becomes 6. I got swiftness, I got rage, improvisation, stamina, and determination. Excellent. We're going to go to the dragon's 4th turn. It's another wound. Spectre Dragon comes 1 closer. We go to my 5th turn. I'm going to recruit. I kind of want all of them. Shock troops are pretty awesome. I have a card that counts twice against swiftness already, so Utham Guardsmen are not as good. Utham Swordsmen are good, but I do think shock troops, a reduction of 3 can be so nice. Yeah. I'm going to take the shock troops. It's going to cost me 6. So that's going to be 2 points of influence from that because I'm in a fortified site. And then I will take improvisation and discard determination. So that's going to be another point of influence. Now I'm minus 1 there. So I actually need to get 7. So I have 2, 5, 6, and 7. And then I'm going to power crystallize with a white and get a blue. I'm sorry, with a gold and get a blue. And that will leave me with a stamina left in my hand that I could, in the movement phase before I interacted, I would have used these 2 points of movement to reveal another tile. So we have a village, we have a keep, we have a maze.
Amazing titles.
Yes, that works out pretty well. So, and yeah, only gave him 5 turns this round, so I feel good about that. Played all my cards. I should have gotten another command token from when I leveled up, so I forgot to do that from last turn, but that's why I was able to recruit the shock troops. These all go away. And that'll be the end of my round. So we're going to re-roll the gold. It's a blue. Apocalypse goes. It is a green. Green means that if I have a relic, I have to discard 1. I do not. There are no green dice in the source, so we do not re-roll any of them. I declare end of round. Apocalypse doesn't get a turn as a result, and now we go on to round 2. So good times. It was a pretty much stronger round with crappy mini than it was with Tovak last time for sure. The fact that all the Dracs have arcane immunity. Oh yeah, all of them. So that means the illusionist really doesn't work on them exactly. Yeah, neither AAC spell or artifact that cancels attacks. AAC. What the hell is
Advanced action
AAC?
card.
Oh yeah, got it. Like I should know this. Acronyms, man. I could never have worked. I would have never survived in the military because acronyms like make my head spin. I'm like, what?
Well, that happens. Me too.
Letters? What are letters? I don't understand. Alright, so I'm gonna put out 4 more units. Again, they're all regular units because again I'm playing on the highest level, so there are no elite units. I reveal a core city tile or a core tile. White city tile obviously doesn't count. So we get the foresters, magic familiars, the herbalists, and the scouts. I'm gonna roll this 4 dice. It is blue, blue, green, green. Flip this over. Done. Done. And take away the bottom card in the advanced action offer. Take away the bottom card in the spell offer. Move these down. We got Swift Bolt, like that. And Fireball. Awesome. Excellent stuff. So, drawing my starting hand, I am still on top of my keep, so I will draw 6 cards. It is a green snowstorm. I'm sorry, March snowstorm, threaten, shield bash, swiftness, and last one coming is rage. What do I want? I am probably looking to get to that maze. I mean, there is an argument to go this way. But if I can get a spell there, I'm not sure I want to waste too many turns down here. I mean, there's a lot more to explore up there. I'll get artifacts every time I defeat the Apocalypse Dragon. I can get an the Spectre Dragon. I can get an artifact. So I don't think there's much utility wasting time here. I think getting to that maze, maybe doing that keep, getting another card of my hand, getting more fame that way. There's another keep there, so I can have huge hands. You know, even that monster den's really attractive. So with all that said, sparing power preparation, I think I'm going to try to save for future rounds. We'll see if the Apocalypse Dragon cooperates with that. Could do Long Night. I find Long Night less effective. Mana search, once for 2. Having some control of the mana might be helpful, considering it's only 2 colors. Or I could just make sure I go first and increase the chances that the Apocalypse Dragon rolls after me. I think that makes the most sense. So I'm going to take Long Night. I'm going to roll a die. It is a 4. I could have taken Mana Search and he would have gone after me anyway, but I maintain initiative for sure.
Excuse me, what did you take? Long Night or
Long
from the
Night.
dust?
Long Night.
Okay, because you just threw away
Oh,
from the
I'm sorry,
dust.
from the
Just in
dusk.
case.
I meant number 1. I took away from the dusk.
That's
Yeah,
okay.
I'm saying the wrong thing. Hold on 1 second here. Nope. There's too many things going on right now. What's my audio coming through? Where is my audio? There we go. All right. And well, sexfine.biz is stopping by. Thanks for stopping by. Amazing. Report pornography.
Yeah.
Get out of here. I don't. This has gotten worse and worse, man. It's actually it got better for a while. Then I was like, all right, and now it just seems like maybe the bigger my channel gets, the more it becomes an issue. But I mean, it's
Probably.
crazy to me that like, no, I don't want to pin that. Undo. Um, it's crazy to me that um, I mean, it's not a very hidden pornography site, right? Like sex find. Like, come on, YouTube. Like, how are you not like flagging this
Yeah.
as garbage? All right, there we go. That's done. I digress. Let's try to get there. What's the max movement I can get? Or can I get 8 movement and just get there? Oh God, I love the scouts. They're so good. All right, we're gonna do 4. I'm gonna use the scouts. I'm gonna use the swiftness. That's move 8. Or I could just want to get to the village and pillage. That might be an idea too. Gets me 2 more cards, but then it's like move 4. Yeah, there's no point. There's no point to that. Yeah, let me move the 8 while I got it. Bing. It is night, so that does not reveal. But I'm now sitting on top of a maze, and at the end of my turn, I am going to drop Threaten, so I can hopefully pick up some movement cards to have an easier time getting deeper into that maze. So that's that. I'm going to roll this die. I roll the black. I am no longer next to my keep, so I do not get that card draw up. So I only draw 2 cards to get to my hand limit of 5. I get mana draw, which is not
Nice.
great. I guess 2 blues could be helpful, and tranquility, which hopefully I can hold on to until I get my wound out of my deck. We're gonna go with the Apocalypse Dragon's turn. It is a green. So I have to discard any artifacts or relics. I don't have any. We re-roll this die. It's a black, so that means
Ouch.
I have to. My shock troops are not ready. I'm just gonna flip it over
Yeah.
as a indication. So I just don't have the shock troops for next turn, which honestly I probably shouldn't need them. Anyway, the problem is I don't have. I wanted the green to draw 2 cards. I don't have movement. I have no movement. That's not good. Uh, hmm. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to enter the maze without any movement, kids. So probably resting. I mean, I could burn tranquility just to draw a card and hope it's a movement card. I need at least 2 movement, even just to get 2 crystals, which honestly wouldn't be the craziest idea. Um, as much as I want Fireball, but I should have more opportunities to get that. It's a Spectre Dragon. He ain't tough. He ain't tough. I mean, if I use 2 cards sideways, enter, take a wound, siege attack. That's an idea. I could use 2 cards sideways and hope that siege edge attack 8's enough just to kill the dude that way. And then I have tranquility. Sure, I want to do something this turn, so I'm going to use mana draw and shield bash sideways, entering this keep and hoping it's something I can kill with siege ice attack 8. Nope. Sorry. Mana draw, shield bash, and rage sideways. That's what I wanted to do. That gives me move 2. I entered there. I lose a reputation for sieging a fortified site. It is indeed something I can kill with siege attack 8. Ironically, if these shock troops were around, I could actually get ranged attack, and that would be enough. But shock troops are no longer available to me, so I'm going to play mana draw. I can use 2 die from the source. I'm going to get the stronger effect of snowstorm that kills the shock troops. They have elusive, so it takes 6 points of attack to kill them instead of just the 3. But that's fine. Had I still had the defense card, I was just basically going up against the maximum number of enemies that I Siege's Ice Stack 8 should be good against most keep garrison dudes. So I kill this, I get a shield there, so that's +2 cards to my hand limit, and I get 3 fame, so it goes from 9 up to 12. You are out. I'm re-rolling both of these dice. I use the basic effect of mana draw. We get a green and a red. I also need to take a wound because I use a stronger effect of snowstorm. End of this turn. Shock troops come back. Hello, guys. I missed you. We're going to draw to my hand limit, which is 7. So we have the termination. Would not mind my other wound coming out. That's swiftness. I'm drawing 3 more. Promise. Drawing 2 more. Improvisation. And last card. Please be the wound you want to be. Oh, beautiful, beautiful thing. We're going to go to the Apocalypse Dragon's turn. It's a wound. Sucker keeps marching across the universe to come at me. And now it's my turn. I'm going to use the green to power Tranquility. I'm going to heal 2. Remember, once I start drawing the white cards out of the Apocalypse Dragon's deck too, I'm going to get more wounds that way. So keeping wounds super low is important. Yeah, I'm not even sure if I mess with the maze at this point. Let me see what's on this tile, because the maze is going to be 4 movement in and then another 4 movement to get where I want to get. So if there's a mage tower here, that would be a lot better than the maze. So let me use improvisation. I could just use that. Yeah, I'm just going to use the swiftness for move 2, and let's reveal this tile. There is a mage tower. It is in the middle of a forest. So at night, that's not the greatest. We do have a magical glade there, but that's in the middle of a
It's a
swamp.
graveyard.
Oh, it's a graveyard. That's right. So we get a graveyard. Graveyards are going to be protected by a brown and a green.
Yeah, green. Face up.
Face up. Rock on. So we get 1 brown. It's on a north tile, so it's Dark Crusader. 1 brown, 1 green. The brown is, I forget what the hell that.
The Wraith, I think.
The Shrouded. No, yeah, maybe you're
Okay.
right. I think you're right. What the heck are they? Yeah, the Pain Wraith. Ah.
Pain Wraith.
How do I forget? And then we have the Dark Sorcerer or the Sorceress or the Necromancer. That's just a Necromancer.
The Necromancer, yeah.
The
Ben,
corrupted, the corrupted priests. The
okay.
corrupted
You don't
priests.
have any idea because I remember more the names in English than in Italian. When I'm recording in Italian, I almost am struggling.
Yeah, dude, no doubt. So we get a mage tower. It's going to be face down here. And then we're going to have a Dark Crusader green enemy there. It is the Skeletal Warriors. All right, I'm going to roll this die. It's another black die for the source. This goes away. I draw to my hand limit, which is 5, +2 because of the keep, and I have 2 keeps on the board. So drawing 4 cards. We have Druidic Paths. We have Whelmet the Land. We have Concentration. And last but not least, we have Stamina. I probably should drop Promise too, right? I'm not recruiting anything. I'm dropping Promise. I should have done that before I drew cards, but it is what it is. I get Crystallize. Actually, Promise could have been helpful with... Nah, it's fine. Promise might have been helpful with the improvisation, but yeah, it's not a great card for me right now. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot, dude. The Corrupted Priest has Defend, so the first enemy I attack will have +1 to their defense. I do have block 5, so I can block the Pain Wraith. Do not have the ranged attack, though, to really do much. I can reduce attack by 3. That's vampiric, so for every wound the Corrupted Priest gives out, their armor goes up by 1. And if I it's also in a swamp though, so that's 5 points of movement to get in, but when you defeat the last enemy there, what happens?
Yeah, you get the
I get a,
spell.
I
You
get
get a
a,
spell
get a spell.
and a
Yeah,
respective crystal.
and the crystal is the same color. It's a graveyard. Oh, right. The crystal is the same color as a spell, or get an artifact if it's a magical glade, which would have to be down here. All right. Well, that was the end of my turn. Let's see what the apocalypse does. It's a blue. So explore costs are increased by 1. There is a blue die in the source. I'm rolling that. It's gold, which means that we're adding a green enemy to the
Standard
Apocalypse
enemy.
Dragon. It's going to be a green standard. It's fine. It's fine. Whatever. Put that face down. Cool. All right. Wonder if I could figure this out. So I would need, if I block that, I would just need 10 total attack because of the defend power. I don't have a green, I don't have a blue, so that just got a lot harder. This has paralyzed, so if I reduce it by 1 and take a damage, yeah, I just think that's... Well, I also have move with the land, which gives me a potential block too. So I could actually block all of them, I just don't know if I'd have the attack at that point. Yeah, there's no real big attack cards in my hand. Going back here, if I move 4, move 4. So I also have to move 5 in. So I could enter and just try to attack it next turn, which isn't totally insane. Move 4. Just don't have the blue. Keeps me adjacent though. Alright, let me do that. I'm going to move 2, Druidic Pass, the cost to move a 1 space reduced by 1 this turn, minimum of 2, and then stamina that lets me enter the graveyard. Now, I could, as an action, I could choose to fight the enemies there. I don't have to do that. I will try to do that next turn. I'm still adjacent to my keep. I'm also going to use Crystallize. I'm going to power it with the red to get a red crystal. Roll this die. It is white. These go away. And I will now draw my last card. It's Rage. Some interesting possibilities there. Block, block, reduce, block. Yeah, 9 attacks gonna be really tough though. Alright, dragon's turn. Wound. Hello, dragon. My turn. I kind of want to see what I can do here. So remember, I get a mana token of any color. I don't have a green. I only have white or gold in the source, which is pretty garbage. But if I figure this out with the red, I can get the attack 9. Maybe take a couple of wounds. But if I take wounds, I got to worry about paralyzed. I also have to worry about vampiric. So none of that's great. Block. Improvisation makes me discard a card, so that's going to be a problem. Let's get the red from that. Kill Necromancer.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah, what's up?
Okay, can I suggest you something?
Sure, what's up?
Okay, I will do this in 2 turns.
Yeah, that's
So
what I'm
in
thinking
one
about right now,
turn,
dude.
yeah, one
Yeah,
turn, take down any enemies, get
yeah,
your reward, get your faction token, and then declare end of round and try to
yeah,
do this in the next day.
yeah,
So
yeah,
because the Mage Tower will be rebuilt
yeah,
and the deep mine will be easy to
yeah.
access.
No, I'm with you. The thing is, like, figure out how I'm gonna do that. So reduce one armor and one attack. So I'm trying to see if I can block them both, which is gonna be easier said than done. But I have a blue crystal and a red crystal, so that gives me an outside chance
Yeah.
here, and I can get a mana
Shock troops
from
may help maybe. Shock
concentration.
troops.
Yeah. But if I can do this without taking wounds, it's gonna be obviously preferred. Um,
2 block.
so if I do block
Block 2
five,
with 1 with land.
yeah. Now, the one with land's kind of otherwise useless for me, because I don't have a green to really power it.
I am.
So, and I can't get a green with concentration. So, all right. So we're gonna do the block 4 determination to block this dude, and then I can block um shock troops. I can reduce this dude's attack to 1, and then I can use block 2 to
Yeah.
block the last point from there. So then it's a question of I think I kill out the necromancer, because that 4 attack is that vampiric and the cold
Yeah, it's
fire
annoying.
attack and the shield is super annoying. So if I use my red, use improvisation, stronger effect, discard one with the land, and then concentration sideways or either way, that's going to be attack 6. The defend will apply to the necromancer itself. Necromancer is now dead. This dude survives. I took no wounds, which is important. Again, there are 4 white cards in here. They're going to start giving me wounds. And if I took any wounds from either, again, from the the heck, the corrupted priest, it would have been vampiric would have triggered. If I took a wound from the wraith, it would have made me disband a unit, or been knocked out, which is equally not helpful. So I'm going to get 3 points of fame. The nice thing about that is it does give me a level up, and then I'm also going to get a relic for defeating the corrupted priest. So we get that. It is it's a good one actually. Vampiric Chalice. After combat this turn, for each enemy you... Nope, sorry. Amulet of Reawakening. Pick a card at random from your discard pile, put it on top of your... put it at the bottom of your D deck. At the end of your turn, draws if your hand was 1 higher. So I'm going to do my level up now, taking a look at the next 2 skills. We have Shapeshifter, or we have 2 mana
Wow.
tokens.
Very nice.
I'm going to take the 2 mana tokens. I got Lightning Storm, so once around, flip this. I can get a blue or a green mana, or a blue or a red mana. And so you're getting 2 mana tokens. Shapeshifter is really good, but it only works for basic actions. And I think it's a little bit more situational. But this would allow you to use movement as block, or block as attack, or attack as movement, or any kind of thing you want to do in there. One of Arethia's things comes off. It is Dark Magic.
Wow, very nice.
Well, we'll see. We'll see when I level up in 20 points.
Yeah.
Um, huh. I think it takes Swift Bolt instead of Ritual Attack. That extra range attack against dragons could be very useful, and this will come down.
Be right back, Greg. Keep
Yeah,
playing.
dude. So I draw to my hand limit. It's just Swift Bolt, and I'm probably just going to declare end around instead of actually even using it for the white crystal this turn. And then we're going to do Apocalypse Dragon's turn. The High Dragon moves 1 closer to me. All right. I'm going to end my turn. I'm not going to play Swift Bolt. I'm not going to... I mean, I could do Amulet of Reawakening, try to kill the Wraith this round, all of that, but it's just... That's a lot. I'd rather just start next to my keep. I get 7 cards. Again, we'll reveal the Mage Tower because it's day. It is a Magic Familiars sitting there at the top of the Mage Tower. They have... they cannot be fortified. They have 7 armor. So a lot of things are going to happen the next turn. I mean, I should be able to continue to liberate the graveyard. We'll kill the High Dragon. Try to get over to this keep and kind of take care of business over here. So this should be a pretty active 3rd round for sure. So very excellent start to this scenario. We're going to move these up, get our units re-readied. This unit is defeated. I'm going to take this whole tile off the board because we're just clearly not going down there. I want to give myself more space for my units. And I'm going to take these tiles, these tokens off the board as well. We're just not going back down there. So Apocalypse Dragon doesn't get reshuffled. The ritual attack goes away. This moves down. We're going to put Charm out, move these down. Oops, a little bit of an earthquake with camera number 2. Should be still pretty centered though. And we have Call to Arms. Ooh, some really good spells for sure today. We're going to get rid of all of these units. We are still 9 points away from getting another command token. We have the Utham Crossbowmen, we have the Foresters, we have the Peasants, and we have the Thugs. I'm going to reset the source. I rolled. It's 2 blacks, a green, and a blue. So that is a very, very bad roll for a day round, but it is 50% basic, so we will keep it. This goes here. Catching up with the chat. Mike James says, wounds just power your inner Hulk rage. You'll be okay. And Mike James says, hi, Sajid. Yeah, Sajid was here. I think he's on a work trip, he said, so I'm sure he'll be terrorizing me in the comments later, especially since I took his scouts. He's been on Team Scouts for a while, very upset that I don't value them very much at all. So I'm going to draw 7 cards in my D deck. And it'll be really good when I get up to level 24 for sure. So I get Concentration, we get Druidic Paths, we get Snowstorm, we get March, Improvisation, Mana Draw, and Promise. This thing is 8 to kill in the range or siege attack phase. Ugh. 3. Yeah, I think I just kill it. I don't want to have to block it. I don't have any of my block cards. So annoying, and I can save my black cards and stuff for the savage.
Okay, I'm back.
Yo, the Savage Dragon. So not the greatest of draws. I mean, I could also rethink this. Try to have planning available for the 3rd day. Since my hand draw is going to be pretty good anyway. Hope I roll a 3. Yeah, let me... Oh, I just really don't like this hand. I'd like to save Snowstorm for the Apocalypse Dragon. Although, no, never mind. He's ice immune. So that's not going to work. I just don't want to burn up both of my units. So if I rethink, I'm going to get rid of... Not going to be moving much for a while. I'll get rid of Promise, March, and Improvisation. Drawing 3 new cards. Determination, Tranquility, and Swift Bolts. Going to roll a die for the Apocalypse Dragon. I rolled a 1, so of course they are first. These are both out. I will have planning available for me next round. Dragon takes the lead, and I shuffle these 3 cards back in my deck. So I might have an Apocalypse Dragon problem fairly quickly. Which is fine. I don't have my mana situation is not great. Yeah, if I can get a white mana, that'd be a wonderful thing. We're going to Apocalypse Dragon's turn. He draws a white. I take a wound. There is not a white in the source, and that's fine. Yeah, I actually have Tranquility, so that works out. My turn. So I guess I do this now one way or the other. I'm going to try to save all my units to take on that dude. So I'm going to 5 block him and then kill him with Snowstorm. That's great. I'm going to block 2. I wish I had 1 with the land. Need a white. Concentration gives me a blue. Oh no, I don't even need a white. Alright, let me think this through. If I could save my units, I actually have the range attack 9 to kill the Apocalypse Dragon, which would be a wonderful, wonderful thing. If I can get block 4, yeah, so I'm going to do Determination for block 2, Druidic Pass for block 3, and Mana Draw for block 4. Now I'm going to power Snowstorm for ranged ice attack 5. Since I blocked the Wraith, it's only 4 points of armor, so this is going to be enough to kill it in the melee phase. I'm going to get 3 fame. I go from 15 to 18. After combat, I'm also going to play Tranquility to heal 1. And I get another one of these relics. During my turn, I will use this Amulet of Reawakening. Pick a card at random. Oh, I don't have a discard pile yet, so I can't. Shoot. But I will get another relic. It is move 2, and I can move with that in a way that does not cause rampaging enemies to attack. Since I deliberated the location, I get a spell and this crystal of the same color. I will take Fireball and a red crystal. Got all the fame. Everything else is good. I'll put a token on there. At night, if I start there, I would get a black mana, but it is during the day, so that will not apply. We're rolling that die. It's a red. These all go away. All right, drawing out to my hand limit, which is 5 plus 2 still for the keep. So we got Fireball, Act Surprise. We have Swiftness. We have Rage. We have Threaten. So that's 6 cards. And we're going to get another Swiftness. So many Swiftnesses. Please be a wound. It is a wound. The
Nice.
dragon moves right there. My turn. I'm going to power Concentration. I can play Swift Bolt to get a stronger effect +2, so that's range attack 6. I'm going to get range attack 1 from the shock troops +1 to all other attacks this turn for other units. And so that's going to be siege attack 2 from the scouts. That's a total attack of a 9 that kills the High Dragon. All right, High Dragon's out. That's 9 fames. That goes 18 to 27. That's going to give me another one of these. When I kill the Dragon Spectre, I get an artifact or a spell plus a relic of my choice. I will take a Elementalist faction relic, because why not? I can add ice attack to one of my attacks. So that is an ice shard. Add the ice element to an attack or a block from a single action card. I'm going to also get an artifact. Artifacts deck is over here. I'm gaining 1 artifact, so I draw 2 cards. Sword of Justice or Druidic Staff. I love them both. God, they're both so good. I'm actually
Nice
gonna.
draw, anyways.
Yeah, there's no wrong choice here. I'm gonna take Druidic Staff. I just think it's more flexible. Sword of Justice
And more
requires.
thematic.
Yeah.
Braevalar with the druid stuff.
Oh yeah, it's right on Braevalar. How would I even think about the Sword of Justice there? That goes away, and I already did my level up. And Dragon's dead. So the next time I pull a wound card, what happens is a new spectre gets reborn from the regular dragons. We roll that. That's a green. And we're going to not use the Amulet of Weird. Oh, man. I mean, I'm probably going to kill the Sorcerer. Is there something I can recruit there? No. Big fat no. Big fat. I mean, honestly, Druidic Staff can get me there, which would be pretty strong. I should replace this. Wings of Wind. If I go there, I do that. I can recruit a couple of different things there. Utham Crossbowman could be good, especially with the shock troops. Monster Den. Yeah, maybe it's not even worth. I mean, Call to Arms is cool, but I don't know. Maybe it's not even worth doing that Mage Tower. It's gonna be a lot. That's gonna be a lot. All right, I'm drawing up 2 more cards. I will hold on to Threaten for now. So Druidic Staff, X Surprise. What is this? Discard. Oh, I can ready a unit. So if I discard a white, I can move 2 spaces, which I'll probably do, and promise. All right, Dragon's turn. It is a red. So I think cost to interact is +1. Yeah, war.
Yes.
There is a red on the source, so I need to roll it. It's black. So I think my lowest unit is unavailable, but all my units are
Yeah.
good to go. So that's fine. My turn, I'm going to play Druidic Staff. I'm going to discard Promise. And that means we move 2 revealed spaces to a safe space. Oh, do I get +1 reputation for liberating that graveyard?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Make that happen. So I move there. This is going to
Uh,
reveal.
Also, +2 reputation because you killed a rampaging draconic,
Ah,
which was the spectre.
that's right. Awesome. So we have a Uton crossbowman there. So this what's move for. I'm no longer next to my keep. I'm kind of fine with that. I think I stay there. I'm definitely low on crystals. Don't love that. We're going to definitely want those for the last round. I block. I mean, if he gives me 2 wounds, I do have this 2 mana. I could draw 1. Yeah, so let me do this. I'm going to use this Amulet of Reawakening. It's going to let me pick a card at random from my discard pile, put it on the bottom of my D deck, and then I could draw +1 at the end of this turn. Cool. I will end my turn here. I'm drawing my hand limit's. Oh, my hand limit's 6. I should have drawn +1 more card going into this turn. Yeah, because I was here. I forgot I got that command token. So yeah, I should have had 8 cards in my hand. Instead of 7, it is 1 with the land. That's a nice card. So I spent 2, and then I'll use Amulet of Reawakening, and I'll draw a +1 card. That will work. So I'll end my turn here to get a crystal. I will take a green crystal. Block. I get block 4 that way. And I will now draw. Nope. I can get greens a ton of ways that way. I'll take a white crystal. And then since I played Amulet of Reawakening, I can draw to my hand limit, which is 6 +1 because Amulet of Reawakening is crystallize. Oh, I can't take a white crystal. I'm taking a blue or a green. So I'm going to stop cheating. I'm going to go back and taking the green crystal.
It might happen, man.
And then we go to the dragon's turn. Spectre Dragon respawns. Spectre Dragon is the fire dragon. And he goes there. My turn. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna take. Well, wait, this is heal, right? Oh yeah, I could just heal that way. That's fine. It's not worth stressing that. So I'm gonna move 4, go in, lose a reputation because I'm sieging a fortified site. I'm also next to the city, so I could take the city bonus of +1 card draws, or after I defeat this keep, I can take the +3. Obviously, I'll take the +3. I lose that reputation. And now he attacks me. I'm going to take 2 wounds because I have 3 armor and he's attacking me with a 4. And then now I just need to do 4 attacks to him. I will play Rage. These 2 cards sideways. Do I want to list Fireball that way? No, I'll use Crystallize sideways. I want to save that green to heal 2. He's dead. That's going to be 3 fame. I go from 27 up to 28, or 27 up to 30. And then I will put a thing there. I already did. End of my after combat, I'm gonna use a green from the source to power 1 with the land, and that gives me heal 2. Very aggressively managing wounds. Rolling that, it's red. I draw to my hand limit, which is 6 plus 3, so I think it's 3. The rest of my cards, yep. So I'm going to have 9 cards total, but I only have 7 left. So improvisation, stamina, march, shield bash, rage, and concentration. To probably recruit something, and I think about even maybe taking out that the spawning grounds and then calling it a round. I have a lot of potential there. Apocalypse Dragon, moving closer. My turn. I'm going to recruit. I'm going to use improvisation. And that's influence 3. This is influence 4, 5. So I guess I power this with the red. So that's influence 5. That's influence 6, 7. And I will take the Utum Crossbowman. Along with the shock troops, that could be a range attack 3 plus the shock troops 1, so that's a range attack 4 plus the scouts. I mean, that's a range plus siege attack 6. That's pretty strong if I use all my units on the same turn. I will roll that. It's gold. These go away. Beguile's been coming in handy. And now Apocalypse Dragon's turn. It's a wound. He keeps marching toward me. My turn. If I go to the spawning grounds, it's 2 random monsters. I have a shield bash. I have the Uther Crossbowman. I have fireball. I think I'd do it. So I'm gonna exhaust this, and I have that gold there. And the spawning grounds day rules will apply. In the spawning grounds, it's not like a dungeon. So I'm gonna take a blue mana and a red mana. I'm gonna use the blue power. That I won't have shield bash. I'm going to take a blue mana and a blue mana. I'm going to power stamina for move 4. I'm going to enter the spawning grounds. So 2 random monsters. Because it's an adventure site, they will be regular monsters. They're not from the factions. Oh, I had this move too as well. I forgot about that. Oh, and I can add ice to an attack. I have so many things going on. Oh, Shadow. What a jerk. So we have Shadow with cold fire attack of a 4, which is super fun. And then we have Medusa. Medusa's nothing. So I need 8 block to block that dude. I'm gonna use Fireball. Power that with the gold. That would kill Medusa. Don't want to deal with her paralyzed and any of that garbage. So I'm going to use Shield Bash, power that with the blue. That's block 5. Counts twice against the enemy with swiftness. Blocked enemy gets -1 armor for each point of swiftness, but that will not work against him because he has arcane immunity. But if I go ahead and I block that with the Uther Crossbowman, that's block 8, so he's fully blocked. So elusive now. The higher armor level doesn't matter because it's fully blocked. So then I'm going to take a red mana from concentration, power rage, and that's going to be attack 4. So we've killed Shadow. So a lot of crazy things coming together right now. So that is 9 fame. I go from 30 to 39, so it's going to be another level up. When you liberate a monster den, or spawning grounds.
It's a spawning ground, yep.
Spawning grounds, I'm going to get 3 crystals, 3 random crystals, and an artifact. So I'm going to re-roll that die. It's a blue. These can go away. I'm going to roll a mana die 3 times. I get a green crystal, another green crystal, and a gold, which means I can take a crystal of my choice. I will take a white because I have access to blues from that. This goes off the board, and now I get an artifact. I'm going to So this is my reward. Then I will do my level up. I can take Diamond Ring or Banner of Fear. Banner of Fear is useless against the Apocalypse Dragon, so Diamond Ring it is. Banner of Fear goes away. Not in your discard pile, Greg. That would be a different game. And I am now going to do my level up. So I'm looking at the next two things. I have Dark Fire Magic or Dark Ritual Magic. What the heck is her name of her skill? Arethea, what's the name of your skill?
It's a dark fire magic, yeah.
Yeah, Dark Fire Magic. So that would be interesting, but that would make me take Crystal Mastery, which I'm not so sure I want. We have Steady Tempo, which is interesting. But I have the
It
Mighty
may allow
Scouts.
you to, yeah, it may allow you to explore the core tile and
Yeah,
ensure a late unit
yeah.
next run.
I can also do that with this amulet.
All right.
What the heck did I just grab? Yeah, I mean, Crushing Bolt's interesting. The green crystal's not going to help me this turn. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I might take Crystal Mastery anyway. The question is, do I want either of these skills? And if I don't want, I mean, Dark Fire Magic might actually make a lot more sense. The one skill is Elemental Resistance. Once a turn, ignore either the next 2 points of damage assigned to your hero from a single fire or ice attack, or 1 point of damage from another type of attack. Or I get +1 movement with Secret Ways, or I can spend a blue to go through a lake, which honestly is less of a concern with the setup of this map. I will take Dark Fire Magic, and I'm going to take Crystal Mastery and just really load myself up with crystals like crazy, and they could use this to also explore. So I'll give the dragon one more turn, but I'm kind of in a good spot, so he's not going to attack me.
Yeah, I think so.
Next, it's a wound. That goes there. I should have drawn these two cards. My turn. I'm going to play the diamond ring. I get a white crystal and a white mana, which I'm not going to use. Crystal Mastery. I can get a crystal of the same color as one I already have. I will take a red. I'm going to use Dark Fire Magic to get another red. So I'm at my limit in greens on reds. It's like Christmas. And I'm going to also use this amulet so I can get a core tile on the board so we can start getting some elite units in the offer. This one flips over. It is a Mage
Oh,
Tower, a Ruins. That will be face up because of this day.
hello. Okay.
A White Mine, and a Tomb. So the Mage Tower, so the Ruins, if you spend 3 red crystals plus mana in any combination, you get 7 points of fame. I have not gone to an altar in forever, and that's a Mage Tower. I did see what it is. It's a sorcerer's. It doesn't really, it's not going to change my next turn, I can promise you that. All right, that's done. So dragon has one more turn. It's a wound. So a lot of wounds are front loaded, and the dragon is in my face. But that's fine. I'm going to be drawing 9 cards next turn, and I think I'm fine. So I'm going to rest or call end of round, whatever it is. We go to the next round. We're going to have elite units in the offer now. So we have the Amhotep Gunners. We
Very nice.
have the Guardian Columns. We have the Alta Mages. I'm not gonna get that.
Whoa.
I'm not getting them 2 games in a row. I'm not gonna cheese it
That's
up 2
okay.
games in a row. I think everything else is going too well for me to like even consider that. And then we have the Guardian Golems again. So the Golem twins, some Alta Mages, and some Amhotep Gunners. We're gonna put this here. I'm gonna roll the dice. We got 2 whites, a green, and a red. These come down. I'm gonna shuffle up my D deck, flip these back. Yeah, so all of a sudden we are very mana rich, which is pretty nuts.
Yeah.
It's like a little bit of a cheat code. Yeah, shock troops with scouts with Uzen Crossbowman. What is this dude? Oh, so he's got interesting. I do have this shard, so I can add ice to 1 attack, assuming I don't pull a card that makes me lose that. What's his attack coming in as a 9?
Yeah.
I can reduce
Did you
that to a
really never
6.
went into an altar?
It's been years, dude. Like literal
I
years
see.
since I've done an altar. I can see the
Yeah.
strength in there. I just never felt the need. The fame jump is nice, but I mean, it's still mana intensive, but I guess if you consider the mana you're spending to defeat like a dragon or something.
Yeah, unless you are Goldix.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
remember some months ago with my Blitz conquest, I was
yeah,
Goldix and I managed to do a white altar,
yeah.
and Fame Jam was very helpful.
Nice. All right. So firebolt, crushing bolt, lots of bolts, kids. So this goes away, and steady tempo goes away. I just forgot to move this down earlier.
Without your cards, you might go around asking, "Who wants a crystals?"
Yeah. Um, start paying for crystals. I'm like gonna be Braevalar. Braevalar, just retires and just becomes a crystal salesman. All right, drawing
Yeah,
my hand
Goldix,
limits.
where are you? Command me,
Yeah,
bro, Goldix.
it's gonna be 9. So improvisation, crystallize. Speaking of crystals, swiftness, mana draw, druidic staff, fireball. That's a thing. It's not gonna be amazing as the fire dragon, but it could work. Ooh, shield bash, although it's not ice block, although it looks like it should be. March and determination. That's quite the hand. All right, reduce it. Do not have. Well, I can turn. What is it again? I can add ice to a single. Add the ice up to a block or an attack. that's nice. So I'd probably be better off adding it to the block, although I'm gonna need 7 attack or 14 attack, so that can go both ways. Single block. It has to be from a card, I think. If you have a single action card. I'm going to take. I think I'd take sparing power. It's gonna be a lot more useful to me this round than the last. So I'm gonna take sparing power. Goldix is gonna obviously go first, or not. The Pox is actually obviously gonna go first. I rolled a 4. 4 is not there anymore. I rolled a 2. So I get preparation next round. That's set. We're in night. Make it happen. Dragon, what do you say? It is a white. So the spells behave the same as regular action cards, right?
Yep.
So I add a wound. Do not have tranquility. And there is a white in the source, so I have to re-roll this. It's a green, so no further effect. Again, if it was a gold, a black, or a white, it would have mattered. 14, 6. I think I can make this work in the ranged attack phase. 8, 6, 4. Can I? Yeah. All right. I'm going to attack the Spectre Dragon. Do I want to move first? No, doesn't appear that way. So I'm going to play Swiftness, Cowardice with the white. And that's going to give me range attack 3. I'm going to add the ice shard. So it's range ice attack 3. So now I just need 8 more points of ranged physical attack or 4 more points of ranged ice attack. 8 more points of range or fire attack as well. Take
Um,
that.
just I got a question. If you combine concentration with swiftness, is not anymore a single action card.
I still think it's still technically you're still adding it to swiftness, and swiftness is just enhanced. So I think it would still be range attack 5. I'm pretty sure about that, but I
But you may
definitely
combine it with ice shard or not.
I think so. I think so. I don't see why
Mm,
not. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you'd be able to
me
do that.
neither. Okay, okay. Because I just saw a question about this in the
Yeah,
forums, but I
yeah.
wasn't sure.
I think you should. I don't think I don't see why you wouldn't be able to do that personally, but prepared to be outvoted. Um,
Yep.
it's the way these things happen. So I think that's. Do I want to take another wound here? I have 2 cards that give me healing. Mana, mana. crystallize, get a blue. That's not terrible. Yeah. 5 now. Let me not take the wound if I can help it. Yeah, there's no point taking a wound. So I'm going to power Fireball with this red. Again, that's inefficient. I'm going to use the crossbowmen. I'm going to use the scouts. Didn't take an extra wound. So I have 1 wound because, again, I still have 3 more white cards that are going to give me wounds. So I don't want to get too fast. Oh, this should have gone here with Sparing Power. So
Yeah,
that
of course.
is 8 points of physical plus fire attack. That's inefficient, so that's half to 4, and then 3 points of ranged ice attack. So that's efficient, thanks to this little relic here. So we have killed the Spectre Dragon again. We get 8 fame. So it goes from 39 to 47, plus 2 to my reputation because it behaves like a rampaging dragon. I get a relic of my choice, Elementalist faction, please. I can reveal a tile for 0 points. That's fine. And I will get myself an artifact. I'm 1 point away from the next shield. Do I want to spell? No. Offering's also interesting. God, I haven't used that card in a long time.
Did you get your reputation bonus, right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Just in case, reading the compendium says multi-cards plays when a card allows you to play another card or a skill as a part of an effect,
Yeah.
such as concentration, which increases the strength of another card. Both cards are evaluated as if playing a single effect. So
Yeah. That makes sense.
I shall may playing on it on the combination of the cards.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm tempted to take offering, man. I haven't taken this card in forever too. Yeah, why not? We'll take offering. I'm a
Yeah, yeah.
druid.
Well, it's awesome. It's an awesome spell,
Yeah, I haven't used it in a long time.
especially
Um,
now that you are
yeah,
loading up on crystals.
yeah, it could really combo with Crystal Mastery like really well too. I think I'd have to think about that exchange a little bit more. But yeah, I'm definitely loaded up on some crystals. I'm tempted. I want to get crystallized out of my hand, so I'm gonna actually use this for the red, and then I would also gotten the blue. I had no new information, and I would power crystallize with a blue to take a blue into my inventory, just to get that out of my hand. 'Cause my hand's getting crowded. I also have Druidic Staff, where I can discard any card to get. I don't need all this defense. This is a special effect. I'm gonna discard Determination to get 2 blue crystals. Look at that inventory. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
All right, rolling that. That's a gold. Well, that's not a beautiful thing. This relic goes away. These go away. So yeah, so I took offering. So anyone curious? So again, when you defeat the Spectre Dragon, you can take an artifact or a spell. I took a spell this time because I thought sacrifice made a lot of sense with my current hand. All right, I've drawn to my hand limit. I have 5 cards over here in my card holder, so I could take 4 more because I'm still adjacent to my keep. One of my keeps, and I have 3. So there's offering. There's one at the land with heal 2. Thank you very much. And then we have the diamond ring. So that's 8. I get 1 more card. Crystal mastery. So if I combo crystal mastery and offering, any crystals you have spent. No, because it's turned into mana. So I guess they wouldn't. I don't think they would combo the way I think they would. And I'm going to be loaded up my inventory in a really disgusting way. All right. Good times. Dragon. It's a red. So, interaction costs are increased by 1. There is a red in the source. I have to roll this. It's red, so interaction costs are increased by 2. Not interacting
Yes.
anyway. Suckers. This was already done. My turn. I'm using this relic to reveal this. That relic, for people who are curious, is the mystical map. During your movement, reveal a new tile at a distance of up to 3 spaces. This costs no movement. So relics have been very, very helpful. That's an interesting tile.
Wow.
Kind of right in the way of everything. Um.
Yeah.
Okay. Mage Tower. We're gonna have a dragon behind a wall, which means if I attack him from either of these spaces, siege attack will not work. It is probably means I'm gonna want to go around the other way. We have a labyrinth, which is like a maze when you face a dragon instead of a monster. Oh dear God, yeah, I'm not taking on the summoner. That's not happening. And we have a refugee
Or
camp.
dear summoner.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine at all. He's cute, but no thanks. Offering. This is nuts. So I still have the rest of my turn because I haven't done anything. 4. Do I take out? I think I take out that maze tower so I can get around. There's another maze tower there. Hopefully I can circumvent some things there. Oh, sparing power. This is my second turn, so
Yeah.
that would have done. All right. So I'm going to power march for move 4. That gets me here. I have so many. Wanna
Oh yeah,
keep.
Brian is right. You should have to roll the faction dragon.
Oh yeah, good call. Good call. Yeah, factions. Factions. It's life and death. Black. So it's going to be from the Dark
Dark
Crusader
Crusaders.
faction.
Thanks, Brian.
The Vampiric Dragons. A Vampiric
Thanks
Dragon.
for paying attention. We are
Yes.
already tired. We are
Vampiric.
old.
Vampiric Dragon has has elusive, so it's 16 to defeat it in the range or siege attack phase, 8 to defeat it. If you block it, it's block 8. If you take any wounds, its armor is increased. And if you take any wounds, obviously you didn't block it, so that armor increase would be on the 16 value, not on the 8. I still don't think I want to mess with him. It just doesn't seem worth it. Although, oh man, if I go just from a movement standpoint, if I go there, I'm going to want to block him anyway. I still have shield bash. And I should still have the 8 attack. Nope. 5. Shield bash. I can use a lot of cards sideways to get there. Get 5 attack from that. Block equal to unmodified land value, which would be 3. Reduce the attack by 3. Yeah. Remember, Shock Troop's ability still works against enemies with Arcane Immunity. For anyone that was wondering, again, Arcane Immunity protects the enemy. It does not protect the enemy's attacks. Yeah, let me try to take this dude out. So I need 1 more point of movement to get to where I can attack that dragon. And then it's going to shoot up the gut instead of trying to move all the way around there with all the hills and all this other crap. So I have... I could also play Diamond Ring and level up, which is super awesome. I will play Crystal Mastery sideways because obviously I'm kind of good with... Oh, I could use crystals to get them all back at the end of this turn. That's really sick. Okay, so at the end of this turn, return any crystal you spent. So I'm going to power that with a blue from my inventory, but it's all coming back to me, which is really sick. I'm going to use a card sideways. Oh, this gives me another mana. I'm getting all my crystals back anyway, so mana draw is useless. I will put that sideways for move 5. Now I'm in a place to attack the dude. Remember, he has the benefit of the wall, so now he is fortified. So I need to block the 8. I'm going to use Shield Bash, power that with that, so that's block 5. And then I will reduce his arc attack by 3. I don't take any wounds, therefore elusive is not triggered, or elusive is dealt with, I should say. So I need 8 points of attack. I'm going to power improvisation for attack 5. I have to discard a card. That's not going to work.
Oh my god, 1 point shy.
How do I do this? Unless I don't play Crystal Mastery, because that's 8. I saved the blue, and I just spent a blue and a red, which is, who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably the way I'm going to do it. Blue and a red. I don't use any of those cards, which I don't need anyway. I can. That's not going to save me anything because, well, I guess I would still. Yeah, I can always get a red crystal back, so I'm not worried about that. So, let's review. So I was here. I spent 5 points of movement. I powered March with a die from the source. I used mana draw sideways for move 5. It's only 5 because it's only 3 to get through a desert at night. I faced against the Vampiric Dragon. I needed to block 8. So I used 5 points of block from Shield Bash, and then I reduced the attack by 3, so it counts as a fully successful block. So now I only needed 8 attack. I used improvisation, discarded offering, 3 cards sideways, 8 attack. We defeated this dude. That's 7 points of fame. That gets me up to 54. That gives me a Dark Crusader faction relic. It is an interesting one. Allows me to use a red, a gold as a black, or a black as a gold. That's the Orb of Twilight. I'm going to clean up my play area. These all go away. I get +2 reputation for defeating a Draconum. It is not the Spectre Dragon, though, so I don't get anything else. I roll that. That's a black. I did level up, which is going to give me another command token. So might be an argument to head off into that refugee camp and you know, get me some Amhotep gunners. So feel decent about that. Let me draw up to my hand limit, which is 6. I'm no longer adjacent to my keep, so I just get 6 cards. So we get threaten, we get swiftness, we get stamina, we get snowstorm, we get rage. I'm enraged. All right. So that was my second turn. Next turn for the apocalypse, it's a white. I take a wound. I still have tranquility, so I should be able to heal these soon. There is not a white in the source, so I don't need to roll it. My turn. Sparing power triggers. I'm going to move. Probably not attacking anything the rest of this round. So I'm going to move 3. Get in here. Now, if I want to get the Amhotep Gunners, it's going to be a +1 surcharge because the cheapest place they can be recruited, or the cheapest for the purpose of the refugee camp place they can be recruited is a keep. And when you're in a refugee camp, it's going to be +1 for units that can be recruited at a keep. Now, if it could only be recruited at a city, it'd be +3. So if I was trying to get the Alta Mages, it'd be a total of 15. Remember, in interaction, since it's not a fortified site, I'm at +3 going in. I'm also at +1 because of where I am on the reputation track. So I already have 4. I can play Threaten. I can use this to get a red crystal and a red mana. So I'm using the stronger effect of Threaten. So that's going to be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's plenty for the Amhotep Gunners. End of this turn, I lose 1 for using the stronger effect of Threaten. And remember, I needed all 9 of that because the Amhotep Gunners normally cost 8, +1 search for the refugee camp. So again, Guile or Beguile is coming in very, very handy. This goes away. I'm not going to drop anything. I'll hold on the snowstorm just in case. I have those 2 wounds. Really want to get tranquility to heal them up. I draw to my hand limit, which is 6. Here we go. Here's my tranquility. Apocalypse Dragon's turn. It's a white. I take another wound. There is not a white in the source, so we're good. My turn. I'm going to flip this, get these cards. So the 3 cards that were under sparing power: concentration, swift bolt, and rage. I'm gonna power tranquility with this green, heal 2, so that gives me 1 wound left. And I will am wondering where it makes sense. I guess if I just go up the gut, I mean, I get a unit for free over there. I have the element of gunners. The spectre dragon comes out again. I could probably kill it for the end of the round. So, but I don't have that much movement. I have enough attack without rage. Yeah, so I'm gonna do move 2, move 3. I need another point of movement because I'm going across the wall, and I'll just end over there. End of my turn, I could draw my last card. It is Promise. I'm rolling this die. I don't even have the movement to get in there. Actually, I knew I haven't seen Promise yet. Yeah, I'm going to end the round. Now, I'm going to use Snowstorm, Swift Bolt to get a white crystal. Roll this die. It's white. Draw to my hand limit. It's that. I'm just going to end my round here. So I have the Gunners, unfortunately. I have Snowstorm. I have some very strong attacks. I'm just not really going to be able to use them effectively. Apocalypse's turn. It's a red. Interaction costs are +1. There is a red in the source. Roll that. It's a blue. No further effect. Declaring end of round. And that's all she wrote. Taking these. I have 1 wound in my deck. 2 cards that give me healing, so should be able to take care of them pretty quick. We have Brian Schultz. Yeah, so that was awesome. Laugh out loud. I was paying attention. And Warlord with the heart. This is going to reveal. So it is right where we started, baby. We've got some fire mages. They're very angry about what happened to their brother earlier in this game. And, you know, it is what it is. It's what happens.
Be right back, Greg.
Ah, dude. Might try to finish this in the 5th round. I might try to finish this in the 5th round. If I can get myself a big enough hand. It's going to be easier said than done. These go away. New units. Elite unit first. It's the Autumn Guardians. Next we have the Herbalists. Next we have the Autumn Guardians. A lot of twinning happening over here in the unit offer. And we have the Autumn Guardsmen. We have not seen a monastery all game. I just realized that. These go away. This comes out. It is Dodge and Weave. Great card. Call to Arms goes away. These come out. It is Burning Shield. Another good spell for sure. Potentially my spell of choice. Because Wings of Wind is not going to help very much against the Apocalypse Dragon. Drawing to my hand limit, which is just 6. I have to reset the source. It is a gold, a black, a blue, and a green. I'm taking planning, which means I'm going to, oh, let me put it back over here. So I draw +1. I'm going to draw to my hand limit, which is 6. Druidic Staff. Ooh, that's interesting. Maybe I skip right over the Mage Tower. Mana draw. Rage. Tranquility. Threaten. And Offering. Sacrifice is way better. So it's like the one argument to get tonight. Do I reveal? Drake, you back yet, sir? I don't know if I reveal it when I get next to it, if I don't reveal it until end the round. Do I reveal you? Does it reveal when I'm next to it? Or does it reveal when I attack it? Revealed. I'll have to ask Drake when he comes back. Variant rules scoring. That is fine. Either way, dragons first. It's not a wound, it's red. Its harassment costs are increased by 1. There is not a red on the source, and unlike other things, you don't count the gold as red for the purpose of Apocalypse Dragon. It would totally rack out the balancing of the enhanced effects. So I kind of want a village. I want to keep. Keep would be really strong. There was a dragon there that I took out. 6 fire attack is no bueno. Don't have any of my block cards. Moving around that dude is a problem. Yeah, I'm not sure I even want to mess with this dude. Yeah, not sure I'm seeing the point. I can take on the 3 orcs there, get another unit, but again, I'm pretty far from another command token. I have to get up to 80. So that's probably not worth it. The Ultim Guardians are pretty sick. For sure. Fire block, wings of wind. Dude, see, I don't like the idea of using any of my units to take on these Ultim Mages just for fire block. I just need to get better cards in my hand. So I think I'm just going to pretty aggressively play through my deck. I have the movement cards.
Yeah, I'm back.
Yo, does
What did I miss?
does the Apocalypse Dragon reveal when you're next to it?
Yep, yep.
All right. I'm going to use Druidic Staff and discard a white to get myself here.
If you place yourself into the Draconum space,
Yeah.
the Spectre might be spawned in the other space. So that might be better for you.
If I put it here.
Yes.
Right. And I forgot this. When I'm fighting the dragon, the Spectre will still spawn. He just like kind of joins the.
Yeah, if he's adjacent to you.
He just joins the fight. Just fine. Yeah, I might just want to. I mean, offering is not great for me this turn. Threaten doesn't make any sense for me this turn. Tranquility kind of does. So I'll just drop these cards. I'll draw 4 new ones. And planning, I'm going to draw 5 new ones and see if I can't get a big attack on this dude this round. It's a wound. The only wound in my deck, which is fine because I am holding Tranquility. We have Druidic Pass.
Nice.
We have Swiftness. We have Promise. So I'm getting through a lot of the crap. Wow, this is a really bad draw.
Remember, you may reveal the heads now.
Yeah, right. Revealing the heads. All right, what do we got? So we have an Orc. It's a Catapult. We have the Storm Dragon from the Elementalist faction. We have the Vampiric Dragon from. Nope. That's not Vampiric. That's the Death Dragon, I think.
Yeah, the dragon.
Death Dragon from the Dark Crusader faction. I'm going to take this guy off the board because he's just getting in the way. We have an Ice Dragon because, of course, we have the
Oh Jesus.
lightning dragon, and we have the lava dragon. Definitely not the worst I've ever seen. So we're gonna do Apocalypse Dragon's
Yeah,
turn. It's
I think
blue.
you're prepared.
Blue is increases movement cost by or exploration cost by 1. Yep, exploration cost
Yes,
increased by
exploration.
1. It's gonna roll a blue die. It's a red, so no further effect. I'm going to heal 1 with Tranquility. Definitely need to get some of my stronger cards out of here. So Promise doesn't make any sense. I'll hold on to that. Drop these and draw 4 new cards because of planning. So Fireball. Now we're talking. We have
Nice.
Swiftness. We have Improvisation, and we have Determination. I think I go in and start messing around because it'll be fun. And Apocalypse Dragon's turn. It is a blue. Interaction costs are increased. There is no blue, so we don't have to roll anymore. My turn. Let's I don't love improvisation in there, but I don't know if it's gonna get much better. I think we go in and try to pick off some things. I have the units to do some blocking. And even if I can take out 1 or 2 of these, what's going on with my swiftness, range attack 6, 7, 8, 9, siege, range fire attack. Yeah, we got some good things going on. So moving to, let's go inside and let's get the maximum range plus siege attack I can. So white, fireball, range fire attack 6. Oh, 7 actually. Yeah, range attack 1, all units get +1. So that's gonna be a lot. Let me get some aids. So if I have a D20 here. So just regular range attack is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Siege and rage are the same for our purposes. So I'm gonna use this D12 to remind myself of that. So it's, yeah, it's because there's 1 here, +1 to this, +1 to this, and then I have the 6 there. So that's 12 regular range attack. Additionally, this is +1, so that's 7 plus that. So I have also a 12 range fire attack. That will do. So with my 12 range fire attack and regular attack, who's physically resistant? The ice dragon is physically resistant. These guys need siege attack. Oh, I can get siege attack 2, but this is physically resistant, so that's not going to work. So these lava dragon and the catapult are going to survive for sure. They both have elusive, so that's a little more annoying than is ideal as well. So realistically, if I'm doing the 12, well, the range fire attack 7 is enough to kill this dude. And this range attack 9 is enough to kill this dude, and that leaves me, that leaves me the crossbowman still alive, still usable, and I've used, actually I'll just use all my units because why not, and I'll use 1 of the swiftnesses, so I still actually have the fireball and 1 swiftness available. Don't want, yeah, I don't have the fort. I mean, it'd just be crazy to spend 14 to kill either of these dudes right now when I have the block cards that I have. So yeah, the range fire attack 7 because of this, and then I had total of 6 plus 1 swiftness. That's the range attack 9, which killed this dude, and now we have 4 enemies left. All right, I'll take stock of some wounds and to figure out what I want to block. It's only going to be 1 wound from this guy, 2 wounds from this guy, 2 wounds from this guy, and 3 wounds from the lava dragon because they have brutal. Leftover attack that I'll be able to get is a lot, so improvisations, garbage card. All right, I'm going to. I still have a die from the source I can use, and that should all work. So if I assign 1 wound to the shock troops, I take 1 wound to my hand. I don't know if I could block one of these guys. That would make some sense because then I could just get the 7. Blocking that dude is going to be super hard. I would need 12 block to block him though too. 5. Still have the 1 swiftness. Let's say this, don't worry about the elusive ones. Kill the other 2, because they're the ones I can't attack with range phase. Take those 4 wounds to my hand. Can I block him? Not really. Not really. So I will. Is movement gonna help? So bad. The physical resistance is annoying. This 1, 2. This would knock me out. So I need to block something else. Right, I assigned 1 of his wounds there. So let me not worry about the movement just yet. If I assigned 1 wound here, because like I don't really care about these units right now. This dude's dead. So 1 wound there, that would be 6 points of damage. I can assign a wound there. That's 1 wound left from the lava dragon. That would not knock me out. Great. Let me see what I can do, and then I'll backtrack to see if I'm going to block any of these dudes. I definitely want to kill the lava dragon, and I definitely want to kill the catapult. So I can do this. It gives me a red crystal and a red mana. That red mana, that's physical attack 4. It's enough to kill the catapult. And then I want to kill you. You only have 8 attack. I'm going to play Fireball, power with this red from the source. And Swiftness. That's attack 8. That kills him. And then the question is, would I have been able to block anybody?
It's fire resistance, remember.
The lava dragon. Oh, it's fire resistant. Forget that then. I will do this.
Yeah, better.
And I'm just not using Fireball at all. Which is amazing. Right, I'm not blocking anything. Right, that makes sense. Unless I hold on to determination. Try to kill one of these other 2 things before the end of the round. So I just discard Fireball, because that fire resistance. I like it. It's, yeah, I don't think there's another way I'm making this math really work. 5 wounds, don't get knocked out. Most of these suckers are dead. Obviously, my units are pretty wounded, but I killed 4. And, we'll come back to fight another day. So both of the elusive enemies go away. So it's kind of review. I took 2 wounds from the Storm Dragon. I took 1 wound from the other Storm Dragon. I forget, it's like a Lightning Dragon and a Storm Dragon. I took 1 wound from the Catapult, and I assigned 3 points of damage to the Shock Troops. I took 1 wound from, well, the Lava Dragon. I assigned it was 8 points of damage, so I assigned 6 points of that damage to the Amatep Gunners, 2 points of that to the Scouts. I took 1 wound from that. I'm going to keep the Utan Crossbowmen around because why not? And then I used, in the range phase, I used the range fire attack 6. It was add 1 because of the shock troops. That range fire attack 7 was enough to kill the ice dragon. Use the combo physical range plus siege attack from the crossbowmen, the scouts, and the shock troops to get up to 6. I used 1 swiftness to get the range attack 9 to kill the death dragon, and then I killed everyone else, these other 2 dragons in the melee phase, along with the those other 1 dragon in the melee phase, along with the catapult. So we're going to clean up my play area, then I'll figure out the fame. These crystals go away, still swimming in crystals, so not that worried about that. I didn't use a blue, so it's no point in using this even. I didn't use a green, so that's fine. These guys survive. I get kicked back out. I'm going to re-roll the red. It's a white. These wounds are now in my hand. Did I only take 4? Nope, there's a 5th. So wound, 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 and wound. These can go away. Cleaning up my play area. And I'm going to get my fame. So that's 6 plus 4 is 10, plus 8 is 18, plus 8 is 26 fame. 26 fame, and I get 1 Dark Crusader relic.
Right.
Dark Crusader relic is the Vampiric Chalice. After combat this turn, for each enemy you defeated, you may discard a wound up to a maximum of 4. Now you're discarding, not throwing them away. I used to play it that was throwing away, and it's like, oh, that's cheating. So 26 fame. I go from 54 to 60 plus 20 is 80. So I get 2 level ups, another command token, and I don't get any rewards. I do have to do another skill. So range fire attack 1 against, or range cold fire attack 1 against 3 different enemies. That is the, there should be more of these in the, 1 more of these in the offer. Range cold fire attack 1 forked lightning. So it gets up to 3 different enemies. Could be useful. Don't love it. Or we can get regenerate once a turn, pay a mana of any color, throw away a wound. If you used green mana or if you have the least fame, then you also draw a card. That could be useful. I also could use, I'm swimming in mana, so we'll just use, we'll get that, regenerate, forked lightning goes away. I draw to my hand limit, which is 7. I have 6 cards in my hand, including 5 wounds. Planning will also trigger because wounds do count for that, so I actually draw up to 8. So Snowstorm and Crystal Mastery. Alright, Dragon's turn. It's a green. Green does some things. Green, discard a relic if I have any. I will discard the one that can turn black to gold or gold to black. There is a green in the source. We reroll that. It's a gold, which means we add a green or a brown enemy starting with green. I'm assuming we add a green now because I already killed the green.
Yeah.
So, cool. So we get another enemy there, which is fine. Everything's fine, guys. It's a prowler. So he's kind of a weenie. My turn. Obviously resting. What do I want to discard to make that happen, though? Probably Crystal Mastery, because I'm pretty good with mana and crystals and everything else. So I'm going to discard Crystal. Oh, I could do... You throw away that wound, right? Yeah. So I'm going to do Regenerate. So I'm going to spend a white to throw away a wound, and then I draw a card because I have the least fame. You always have the least fame in a solo game. Now I'm going to...
Oh, I think if you take a card if you use green mana, not a white
No,
one.
or you have the lowest fame. It's both.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
I promise. I wouldn't lead you astray.
That's okay.
I don't know where I put
I
them.
almost I almost never pick that skill. That's why I didn't know.
Yeah. No, I don't often pick it myself. Yeah, it's both. So I don't know where the other something weird happened. I dropped some wounds. I don't know where they went. So yeah, I had 4 wounds left because I was trying to discard 5. So now I'm going to discard. I'm basically resting this turn. I'll discard March. So I have other movement cards. I'll keep one wound on my turn. My discard my hand because of regenerate. So I'm discarding 3 during a resting turn. So March and these 3 cards go on my discard pile. During a resting turn, I could also use special effects. I'm going to use Crystal Mastery to get a white crystal, and that's out. And now I draw to my hand, which is 7 plus planning triggers, so I drop to 8. So Swift Bolt, Snowstorm, or Shield Bash. It's like Snowstorm, not at all. Concentration, Crystallize, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and one more card, Diamond Ring. We're going to go to the Dragon's turn. Apocalypse Dragon is not coming back. Oh, I have to re-roll this. I use it for regenerate. It's a red. There is no white in the source, but I do take a wound. Of course I do. My turn. Using regenerate again. With this, so I spend a mana of any color. I'll spend a red because I have tons of access to red. And since I have the least fame, I throw away this wound and I draw a card. Rage. I will play Crystallize, get fame +1, get a white crystal, and a white mana. I'm going to use... Nope. I'm going to use a gold from the source to power Crystallize to take a red.
Oh yeah, Greg, you forgot your advanced action card, I
Oh,
think.
yeah. I did. Huh. Yeah.
I
I would
think your last card was Rage.
I would
So
I would have
in
taken,
that order, yeah.
but it would have been, what's the card I drew? I drew up March the previous turn.
Oh yeah, March. That was March.
Yeah. So I would have had to discard. I would just, whatever the card I, yeah, it would have, no, because I drew up another card too before March. And I drew up March because of
Crystal
regenerate.
Mastery.
Crystal Mastery.
Yeah.
Alright. So let's say, what's the last card I just drew this turn was Rage.
Yeah, yeah. What's Rage? I
So that's
remember that.
there. That would be there. I still could have done Crystal Mastery to discard this. I used this last turn. Yeah, during a special effect.
Yeah, you got a red, if I remember correctly.
I just got a red.
From Crystal Mastery.
I got a red from Crystallize. Crystal Mastery, I think I took a
Oh, well.
white. I took a white from Crystal Mastery. So just say I discarded that, and I discarded the March as well, and so I just took the 1 crystal back.
Yeah,
That's fine. That's the only way to really
that's
work it
okay.
out. I'm not that worried about it. Thanks for a good catch, Madi. What's up, sir?
Yeah.
Hello, sir. I made it. How many burnt monitors I miss? Yeah, Madi. None, dude. It's been crazy. None sees Braevalar took the good guy away today, but it's strangely working. Did you take your advanced action card? No, I did not. Thank you for catching that. I did draw a card. Yeah, I already drew the card for regenerate.
Yeah, it was Rage.
Yeah,
So you would just take back.
I should just take that back, right? Because I discarded
Yeah.
another card. Yeah, it's fine.
Yep.
I'm not attacking this turn. It's all gonna end up in my hand. That's fine. I'm gonna end my turn here. I draw up to 8 cards, so that's fine. We're good there. I'm gonna roll that. It's black. This can go away. Dragon's turn. It's a wound. Spectre Dragon comes out. It's going to be, probably should be the Draconum Summoner I drew before. High Dragon. I'll make it the Summoner. That was the next dragon I pulled out.
That's okay.
Let's be fair. All right, so
Yeah.
Draconum Summoner. comes out to here. All right. We're gonna do regenerate. I'm gonna power. This can come off. I'm gonna power it with a green to throw away this wound, and that means I draw my last card. It's stamina. That's fine. I'm just gonna get that off the table because it's confusing. And now let's try to kill some more dragons before we move on. So I'm gonna move 2 to go in. I'm attacking these 3. Planet can go away. Bam.
That
And
and whip is just handy, man.
what's going on?
Dodge and whip just came handy.
Oh yeah, dodging wave is huge. Yeah, that's a good catch. That goes there. All right, so let's see what I can power. So that's gonna be that. I have shield bash for block 5. I have this for block 5. Block. I have block 2. I have some stuff here. Swift bolt, range attack 4. So I want to just take out the prowler. Super annoying. I can get range attack 6. Also have snowstorm. I have these, so I get 2 blues that way, which is probably smarter. So I use my skill for 2 blue mana. Any wounds I can take, I can discard, but that's not going to really matter. I also have concentration, so I can power with that to get me attack 6. Alright, so dodge and weave. I can block 1 enemy attack by 4, so I can just fully block this dude. Which is bananas. I have this white. And no one has physical resistance, which is crazy. If I block... Yeah, that's probably the most efficient way to do that. Block 10. I need to use concentration. Do this. White, gold, green. So if I use concentration, save this blue. So I use concentration, that would give me block 7. This is block 5. I fully blocked this guy too. But does that even make sense? How much attack is that? Is that 14 attack? So 4, 8, 11. It's not enough attack to kill both of them, so it's probably dumb to try. So if I don't block this dude, so I don't block, and I'm gonna get their names right because I'm just getting all confused. So this is the storm dragon. This is the elemental
Lightning dragon.
lightning dragon. All right. So if I don't block the storm dragon, if I use dodge and weave to reduce his attack by 4, that means that it's only attacking with a 2, and then I can use concentration plus shield bash to block 7. It's a fire attack, so I have 3 points more block that I need. Block enemies minus 1 for each point of block higher than needed. But I really only had. This is why this card is so bananas and confusing.
Yeah,
I
I
can't
agree.
even. Because
But
it's like, how many more points?
it's
Because like
always ice resistance,
it's
so
got.
it doesn't even work.
Oh, the armor doesn't get reduced. Right. That's helpful. Yeah, that's helpful. So doing the block 7 doesn't even make sense. I
Yeah,
can block. I'll just block 5 this way,
yeah. Block 5 is enough.
and then we'll figure this out another way. So this dude is totally blocked. Or if I just reduce his, yeah, no, I want to fully block him. So now I need 7 points attack with him, and in theory, I would take 2 wounds from these guys. Yeah, man, shield bash is just the worst card. It's a really bad card. If I just use Swift Bolt on him, well, he's got ice resistance. So let me figure this out of the way. So 4 points of damage. I still have that. 4 points of damage, 2 points of damage, and then oh, this is block 3. That's it's not helpful. Counts twice against the enemy with swiftness though. We need 16 block for that guy. Block 7. Oh, that's crazy. I still can't kill him though. He's also got ice resistance. Yeah, the 1 wound's not worth trying to figure all that out this turn. So, alright, if I use concentration and swift bolt, and this sideways, that's 7 points of physical attack would kill him. Then we have 2.
Not enough.
It's not enough. What I could do is
No.
this actually. I will save this red. I will block this dude. So he's blocked. And then I'll just kill him with Snowstorm in the melee phase. Or actually, I just kill him in the melee phase. Yeah, I'll just kill him in the range phase with that.
Yes.
Yeah, so
And no
he's
cards to be used.
yeah, he's dead. And then I don't use either of these cards. Right? Yeah, because I blocked Dodge and Weave and Determination blocked the Storm Dragon, the Lightning Dragon, Concentration, Swift Bolt is attack 6. I do need to use one of them for attack 7. I'll use Rage. So that kills him in the melee phase. I take the 1 wound from the Storm Dragon, and then Snowstorm killed the Prowler. Cool.
You may actually also assign the 4 damage from the Storm Dragon to get the attack 2 from Dodge and Whip if you wanted to.
Reduce gain attack 2 if you're not to add anyone to your hand. No. I don't think I can block the Storm Dragon. It's 16 points of block.
No. I say that you may assign damage from the Storm Dragon to the crossbowman to get
For
the
the
attack 2.
crossbowman, because I didn't take any wounds to my hand.
And you save your rage. Yes, and you save your rage. If you wanted to.
Yeah, no, it's not a terrible idea. 1 less wound. No, I'm torn. I'll leave that 4 points of damage open. I mean, it will come in handy at some point. I'm not in any risk of being knocked out. If the summoner gets added in there, it could be a little hairier next turn. I don't really need the attack 2. I'm calling end around anyway. But yeah, it's a good catch for sure. Cool.
Yeah, of course.
So this dude's dead. This guy goes back here. I get kicked out. I'm gonna get 2 fame plus 7 fame for 9 fame. I'm gonna get an elementalist faction token. I can throw away a wound. It is the healing herbs. Heal 1 or throw away a wound from your discard pile. Awesome. These get reset because I'm declaring end of round. So let's do that now. I have to get my 9 fame, so I go to 90. Cleaning up my play area. Bam. Bam. Done. Oh, that's a graveyard I liberated. I already took the wound, so all I have is the shield bash. Alright, no level up or anything. I have no cards to draw. Apocalypse Dragon. It's a blue. Exploration costs +1 more. There is not a blue in the source. Let's get to the final round. Still decent with crystals. Some wounds in here. Not a big deal. And hopefully I can go first and just see what my hand is. If I can just go first and kill it before the freaking Draconum Summoner gets in there. Who wants to deal with that guy? Alright. was hoping to get this done with a round to spare, but it's like so hard to do. I can't remember the last time I've actually defeated a scenario with a round left. It's been a long time. Be curious if I went back and like played at the 5-8 levels and stuff like that, like how often I would be able to pull that off. But the levels I play, it's pretty impossible. All right, we have the ice golems, we have the illusionists, we have the Utem guardians, and we have the red cape monks. Rolling those, it's 2 reds, a blue, and a gold. Going to reset the offers. This goes away. We have Song of Wind. Wings of Wind comes in. This goes away. Drawing up to my hand limit, which is 7. Concentration. Druidic Staff. Determination. March. Diamond Ring. Wound. An offering. Do I have what it takes for offering? Choose a red or green. Yeah, I think I need another card. So I'm going to take preparation. This means I can go through here. I'm going to take Firestorm. It's a little bit precarious, but I would not be able to kill this dragon with my current hand. Oh, I love the Storm Dragon's great because it doesn't do a lot of damage, but it's you need the cards in your hand to be able to kill it though too. All right, so Goldix is first, or Apocalypse is first. I'm using Goldix's token here, and I keep thinking Goldix. It's a red, so interaction costs are +1. There is a red in here. I rolled a white. Great. I'm going to throw this away. Druidic Staff for heal 3. That gives me the Amhotep Gunners back, and I get 2 crystals of any color. I will take green.
White is better, I think, because there's no fortifications.
Huh?
With white, you may.
Yeah, but
you may.
I want the green for concentration and March though.
Ah, nice. That's okay.
I guess I have that green. I'm gonna get a Punish White for the diamond ring. It just doesn't matter, dude. Yeah, I'm gonna take green. So this is thrown away, and I have my gunners back. I'm now gonna play the diamond ring. I'm gonna get a white crystal and a white mana and +1 fame. Or I get unlimited supply of black and red, or black and white. No, let me get unlimited supply of black and white. Why not? That's even better. So I'm breaking that. I'm going to move 2. I'm in. We are in the range or siege attack phase. I'm going to play Offering. I'm going to power it. I have an unlimited supply of black. So dark magic doesn't matter, whatever. So I'm going to use dark fire magic to get 2 red mana. I'm already filled up in my inventory, so I can't take the crystal. I have unlimited supply of black because of the diamond ring. We're going to choose green or white, and then choose red or blue. And I can get a fire. I can get a ranged attack 6 if I choose white. Great. Oh, they have to be in my inventory. Oh, that's the problem. Nope, I'm going to go back to put this sucker in my inventory and take the fame. So it's not an unlimited supply, which is fine. And instead of the red, the 2 reds, I'll take a red and the black from Dark Fire Magic. That just works better. And now what I can do is, since I powered Offering with this red and this black, I'm going to choose red. I'm going to turn all of these mana pairs into mana. So I'm going to turn red. I have 2 red crystals, 2 white crystals, That's going to give me a siege. Nope. That's going to give me a
Range.
ranged fire attack of a 12, because for each pair it's 6. For sacrifice. Sacrifice is a crazy card. So I have ranged fire attack 12, and then I can play fireball for another 5, or I can power the gunners for another 6. I have like ranged fire attack 23. Really insane, and that's going to be enough to kill the Storm Dragon. So he is out. That's 7 fame. That gets me up to 90 to 97. Apocalypse Dragon is dead. The Spectre is so upset. He just decides to leave. He's like, I can't summon even anything. He's so like distraught and wondering what's come of his life. And that is that, man. Weenie Mini for the win. I got this. See, range attack 2. That was
Yeah,
bananas.
this was an excellent run for
It's
sure.
really good. It was really good. I
Yeah,
can use this relic to heal 1. I still have to
really, really
regenerate.
good draws.
Yeah, dude, that was nuts. The scouts, man, the scouts are the best unit. I always tell people, if you can get the scouts, get the scouts. So yeah, there's a crazy thing is offering sacrifice is a great card. Like it's a really nice like finale card, right? Because like again, I had 4 crystals that just now be melted into mana. But if you're using all the mana anyway, you're almost getting a double benefit of the crystal, because you get the benefit of melting them into mana. So this, again, I melted them, it became range attack 12, and now I still have them available to use for other cards. So it's a really nice like 1-2 punch. It's not a card I take often, because you just need a lot of things to really come together. Oh, and I still have like the 2 mana there. I did use Darkfire Magic, so that should flip over. But yeah, what a crazy little array of things that came together there. It was pretty cool. Just the last comment here, we got Madi. Did you take your advanced action card? I did. That came in huge. So thank you for reminding me about that. Dodge and weave for the win every day, all day for sure. But this was cool. It's cool to see Brian in the chat as well. Thanks for again putting this on my radar. And Dursu, it's always a pleasure, man. Any concluding thoughts? What are you thinking about this little scenario here?
I'm first of all, I wanna say thanks to you for letting me join in the voice via Discord. And now it's always an honor to go along with you with your sessions and with your breakthroughs. Anyways, I think that this session was extremely good with the draws, with the order the order in the way you played your cards was a very good outcome at the end. Especially because before starting the live session, I knew that Greg was using Braevalar, so I was saying, "Are you really serious?" Because Braevalar feels a lot the absence of the motivation skill
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
to to draw more cards. But in the end, taking all those keeps in the beginning was a very good
Yeah,
move,
yeah,
and
those
then
keeps.
especially that graveyard, which allowed you to take a firestorm, fireball,
Yeah,
and firestorm
yeah,
was huge.
yeah. That was a like just kind of seeing that I was stuck there. It's like yeah, but being able to piecemeal that into 2 turns, never taking a wound, and then just having the dragon right there, and I'm sitting there with 8 cards and like just knocked out the specter like really easily. That worked out pretty well. And just like skip like just the key skips. Like I didn't waste my time at that. Didn't waste my time at that.
Yeah,
And everywhere else I went just kind of worked out. The dragon draws are pretty good. The 2 monsters I drew there were pretty good. I was able to take those out like super easily. Then we had that other dragon there. The fact that that wasn't the summoner, and it was like as
yeah, it
Brian,
changed everything.
yeah, as Brian was like, no, man, that's supposed to be whatever's a vampiric dragon, which was I could take that out super easy. So that was really really cool. Like just like seeing some of that come together, and definitely appreciate the chat assist for sure. Mari Zani, the strong effect of sacrifice is so confusing. I never bothered to even read it, but now seeing it is really strong. Yeah, I mean, I've played it before, and you could see, like, I was still having trouble making sure I was doing it right. It's like, Durst was like, dude, this is what you do. Come on.
No, because I know that the text on the card might be very confusing at the
Oh
first
yeah,
sight because
yeah,
even though I needed to check the compendium anyways
yeah.
to work that card in the right way. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a great card. I've definitely benefited from before. It's very like because it's not that you're not using the stronger effect until the third night. I mean, you're not gonna waste that many crystals. Well, maybe if you're, I guess if you had like this setup and I was like swimming in crystals, um, but it'd be it's a crazy little card, man. It's a really crazy card. But yeah, we
Yeah.
still had 5 turns left in the Apocalypse's deck. So yeah, he wasn't close. I forget if you don't do it by the end, you lose, right? I think that's like yeah, it's
Yeah.
not there's no like crazy mode or what happens in the quest. You think he does this double time or something like that. Um, so yeah, this is cool.
Yeah,
It's cool.
yeah, yeah. It may seem that the scenario is not that hard, but in this case, in this time, you Greg you were having very good luck with the
Oh
draws
yeah, yeah.
and very good with the order of the cards you were getting in your hand. But it's not always the same. It's not always
Nah.
this way,
Well, I think
because
the
I remember with Tobag you struggled a
oh,
lot in
big
the second
time.
round, if I
Big
remember
time. I
correctly.
I think yeah, I mean the first 2 rounds are I think just really rough, and I just didn't have enough to come back in the end. But I think the nice thing too, like I mean, like all Maze Knight scenarios, like they're well most. I mean, there's some that are less than others, but there's something scalable about it. I mean, I think if you're consistently beating 5, just go to 6. You can go to 7, and I think every dragon adds such a variable. Like if I had a 6th dragon. I'm not defeating 4 of them so easily the first go round, right? So you're just delay
Yeah,
you're making it that much harder. So I think that scalability is pretty nice. Um, so yeah, I don't think the solo game has a difficulty problem by any means. I mean, I was maxed out on units every time. I got some really good spells, like things were able to work out. Now
yeah, yeah,
the co-op mode, we talked about that openly. The co-op mode's a little harder to balance, and I'm not sure how you're gonna to tackle that.
yeah.
That
That's probably something that I'm going to post and public in the long future.
yeah,
Anyways, thank you, Drake. Thank you, Greg, for sharing your experience again. And obviously, I wanted to just saying that a cooperative online playthrough of Mage Knight is not that hard. I mean, I struggled a bit in my session that I recorded a month ago with Greg in the cooperative Return of Apocalypse.
yeah,
That's just a bit in the I mean a cooperative session or even a competitive session may be possible. It's just a bit struggling, a bit hard, but it may be possible anyways. So you will
yeah.
be see when I'm going to public my video.
No, it's great. Cool. Well, this is great. I will be back on Wednesday with a playthrough of Too Many Bones. I have some unfinished business with a tyrant named Lockgear, because that was super annoying last time. So I'm going to take him on again. This time going on with Duster and Picket. So excited about that. Friday, I am going to get back to Horizon Zero Dawn. Um, there's another expansion. I'm just doing the finale. The boss battle in Horizon Zero Dawn is very fun. Rest of the game, I don't really like, not for me. But I think the boss battle is enough that I really wanted to give that game a better showing, or at least another showing on the channel. It was again, these are review copies sent to me from Steve Forge Games, and I do think the boss battle is awesome. The minis are amazing. So I'm going to basically simulate the first part of the game and just go right to the finale. So I think that's definitely worth checking out. It's super, super cool. And then next week, I'm going to have 2 playthroughs before Thanksgiving. For non-American people, sorry. For American people, they get it. I have some family stuff from Wednesday on. So Monday, I'm going to be doing a playthrough of Spirit Island, or Monday, I'm not sure what order I'm doing these in. So Monday or Tuesday with Spirit Island. The other day, I'm going to do a first playthrough of Block by Block. That is a game that I've very much enjoyed learning. Is a very ambitious game from a thematic standpoint, and I think it handles the subject matter very, very well without shying away from what it is. So I'm excited to get that on the channel as well. So Warlord Drake says, thanks everybody for joining us. Yep, I echo those sentiments. Any questions, comments, epiphanies, put them in the comment section below. If you want to see what other titles you might see in the near future, again, go on my Patreon page, link in the description below. There you will find a public post that I put up every month, just listing some rough idea of titles that you can expect to see in the near future, or the distant future in the case of Talon, because I still have a lot more Space Empires 4X to explore before I even think about opening up Talon in any real sense. So that's about it. But thank you for joining me. Thanks again to Warlord Drake for this awesome scenario. And until next time, happy gaming.
Solo.